start properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Hooray!
I remembered to start recording kind of late, so it's fine. VOD watchers, you didn't miss anything. You missed me saying about 3 whole words. And as you can actually see, for those of my co-hosts who have the thing open on Twitch, I have updated the intro screen slightly. There's still...
Oh.
I have a little bit of empty space over that way, but that's also... The chat goes all the way down, technically, so I can't, like, shove too much over there.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone who's here. Doesn't appear to be too many people yet, but that's okay.
That's okay. They can start.
'cause
They can
we're-
start coming in.
Gonna just be... here's the thing, if nobody showed up, I'd still be doing it. Because it's fun.
Oh yeah, no, of course,
Well-
it's fun.
Yeah.
So,
That's the way you do it.
but last time on Ove the Devil, we... Morgan did her thing. She morged all over those guys. And
Or
that was
did
it.
she?
That was the end. It was a pretty short
Yeah.
episode, actually.
Yeah.
Psych until it wasn't. I should actually switch to the streaming layout proper, probably, if I'm going to turn the game on. There we go. Where did I put this window? I have so many windows open when I stream now. It's kind of a problem.
Mhm.
I have to like move things around so I can like see chat and stuff like that.
So I go.
Okay. Now, let's continue and not accidentally press new case like I was about to.
Sorry.
What's up?
Ooh. I sneezed, and
Oh.
I don't think my microphone picked it up, but I did sneeze, so I apologize.
Not even a
Ooh.
little. You're okay.
Okay.
Yay!
High roller.
Cool. Always.
All right, let's remember how vocal cords work real quick.
Yes.
Hey there, boss. Of course I'm fine. What did you think was going to happen? Yeah, all good news. I've got quite the paycheck coming my way. Maybe bad news for you if you get a large crowd tonight. Yeah, tell Sarah to meet me at the police station address I'm about to send. Mm-hmm. I've got work for her to do. There will be quite the paycheck indeed waiting for me, assuming I can win. But can I afford to accept it? Ugh. Hey. Were any of those jokes around the office about your clients being connected to organized crime true?
What? Is this some kind of honeypot?
Trying to get a grasp on something.
Now I know you're baiting me. World's easiest, that's what she said, layup. I'd still basket that shit though, I don't give a fuck.
Why do you make everything so hard?
Come on. Like, come on, Freckles. Low-hanging fruit.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Obviously. Why are you asking me about mafia shit, though?
I'm working a case for the Icaria, whom I assume you've heard of.
Definitely.
Under circumstances that are probably vulgar,
Absolutely.
which you'd be happy to brag about to me.
Yeah, anytime.
But I'm not well positioned to turn down the job outright. So I'd like to know whether they'll be resistant about parting ways afterwards.
Okay. Do you not like getting paid lots of money?
I don't like being chained.
Fair enough. So you're like, just asking for my advice? The R loss is incredible.
Not going to attempt to parse that.
I doubt you ever could.
God, masters hype moments in aura.
My generation's sense of humor is practically impregnable.
It was a very basic non sequitur, Auntie. It just wasn't funny.
Not even. Non sequitur would be... What's the charge?
That's just getting back on topic. The charge is homicide. 5 counts.
Meh. You're probably fine. All the stuff you hear about mobsters being clingy with their lawyers... It's because they don't want anyone who's been through their underwear drawers running around. Telling tales. Whatever poor fucker they pinned multiple homicides on. It's obviously not anyone important.
I don't think he was framed. Not by his own people.
Not pinned as in, like, stuck with. Like a chore. Powerful people. Mob or no. If they get lawyers, it's for tax evasion and conspiracy charges. Dirty work's left to the pawns. And the whole point of a pawn is, well, you don't have to think twice about trading them off.
Alright. Guess I know the rumors are true then.
Yep, you uncovered my cool fucking secret. Listen. Actors. Singers. Celebs. They all like being expensive things and being the center of attention. Mobsters have money to burn and want the cologne of legitimacy.
Everyone wants what they can't have.
Okay, chill, F. Scott Fitzgerald. Great looking Gatsby ass. I still fine for thee, motherfucker.
What?
All I'm saying is there's mutually beneficial arrangements to be made between the rich and the famous, and the rich and infamous. So you bet your ass I was in those rooms. Negotiating appearance fees, and taking my 30%.
30%? You really are shameless.
That's what she said.
Alright. Thanks as always for the sage counsel.
Hey, if you're really feeling grateful, do me a solid and call your rents. They say they never hear from you. And I know you can't be that busy.
No, I'm so busy. It's my hobby, okay? It's my hobby.
I'm so busy. I can't call my parents.
If you're bored enough to talk to me...
They're the ones who are busy. Let's go refamiliarize ourselves with Auntie. How you doing, Auntie?
Yeah.
Alright, I forgot Morg. We'll leave Morg there for a while. I still love, wait, depends on the time of day, question marks.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
This
Look,
likes getting...
SSR in the first pool. Ah, queen.
That's right. You know, look, you know she's got the MP5 Draco. Just like me. Well, actually not just like me, I don't have MP5. Never mind. I'm a poor company. She hates talking to her auntie. It's tragic. It's a tragedy.
Imagine why. She's so fun.
She's so fun. Ah, it's this old. It's this old chestnut. Obviously, I wasn't sure what would happen after I left that crime scene. and I wasn't sure what I'd find walking in here to speak to my client. But I definitely wouldn't have bet that the next time I saw this man alive, he'd actually look worse. Actually, real quick. It occurred to me I meant to check and I didn't actually check. Okay, now the master volume is correct. There was a bug around when this came out where every time you'd close the thing, the volume would reset. And I'm like, oh, I didn't actually check to make sure it was all right.
That's not good.
Very annoying if you're streaming.
Did you not hear me? I said I'm your lawyer.
Oh, I heard you. I'm just not interested in wasting my breath responding.
I'm sorry, is there a misunderstanding here?
Not at all. I understand exactly what you are. You and all your fellow... Your companion is staring at me very intently.
Sarah, blink. You're embarrassing me in front of the Yakuza.
That's a very dated word.
I'm sorry, most of my pop culture references are video games from between the years 2000 and 2020.
We don't use the term Yakuza anymore. We call it like a dragon.
Oh, my mistake. You'd really prefer I call you an orca.
I'd prefer you give up and leave.
What are you talking?
I'm sure they told you I'd been softened up. That they'd broken me and I'd be ready to sign whatever you put in front of me. Sorry to disappoint you. But the Hound of Icaria doesn't heal.
Oh, cool.
Sosuke, I'm gonna repeat myself plainly. And slowly, because you clearly have multiple head injuries. I am not a lawyer. I am your lawyer.
Ah. Right, then. Very good. Thank you for coming. I apologize if I misspoke just now.
Apologies, Sosuke, I'm having some tea. I'd misspeak too if I'd lost as much blood as you. Morgan, Esquire. I'll be representing you from here on out.
Sosuke of House Icaria.
Vera, paralegal and bartender.
You're very young to have 2 jobs. Or tend bar.
Well, it is only part-time.
Ah, right.
So, tell us, Sasuke of House Icaria, what is your routine? You look very fit.
Just eyes, exposed collarbone, activation noise.
Monkey sees stimulus, neuron activated.
Sarah seeing someone's exposed collarbones and you just hear the near raid tank buster noise.
Yeah.
Just wham.
My... what? Are you asking about... do you not have me on file? Sorry, which firm are you from? DDD, MPM?
I'm in private practice.
You mean you're not...
A mob lawyer? No, but please don't hold it against me. Everyone has to start the path to corruption somewhere.
There are serious risks involved in representing a man with my background against charges like this.
It's very sweet of you to...
They say I killed a cop, miss. I realize I may look a sorry state at the moment, but I've not fallen so low that I'd sully the house's name by dragging a civilian into...
Makoto thought differently.
The young master? You've seen him? How is he? Where is he? Is he unarmed?
He was sitting pretty atop a literal throne surrounded by armed guards last I checked.
Thank you for that. No one's told me anything, and If the young master has spoken on this matter, I won't go against his judgment. But I do hope you understand what you're getting into.
His little pout.
He's got a little moody face.
I'm just Sosuke, your bruises here. Let me my mouse pointer is like ice cubes or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm already in it, Sosuke. How well I understand what I'm in is something I think you'd be able to help with.
Very well. What do you want to know?
Tea.
What's your type?
Sosuke's looking at them and he's like, I'm here to meet you and your apparent twin sister. No,
Yeah.
Sosuke, you have a concussion. Oh, that explains a lot.
Also, hello Goo and hello Teebs. Thank you for coming. For a second, also I will say for a second, you did the Sarah voice of what's your type, and I was like, I was about to start explaining the tea I was drinking, and I'm like, wait a minute, never mind. That's not what was being said.
What type of tea are you drinking though, Saturn? Just for the audience.
It is a blue tea from Mariage Frères that I got as part of a blind bag bundle around New Year's.
Ooh.
It's
That
very
sounds
good. I think
delicious.
they call it Bel Ami or something like that, but it's a blue tea that's like jasmine and almonds and stuff like that, but also blue tea. And it's very like gentle and sweet. I like it.
I'm
That
drinking
sounds lovely.
passion fruit tea with a lot of honey in it so that I can do voices properly.
Oh.
I've just got water.
So far, all I know about you is your first and last name.
It's a very important last name. But I take your meaning. And in truth, the first thing you should know is that I'm not worthy of it.
Why? You disqualified due to pre-existing conditions?
I was born Sosuke Hayakawa, fourth son of a distant branch family.
You know this fucker finished Umineko between the episodes because he's talking about branch families.
I see you.
The only reason I bear the name of Ikaria is because I was adopted into the main house as an infant, in exchange for lifelong service to the main family.
Sounds like a great deal.
Lifelong? How did you serve the Ikaria as an infant?
Cut to baby Sosuke with like a little toy katana.
Yeah.
There are various tax benefits if you have exactly 2 children.
Don't be absurd! I am what you would call a bodyguard.
Since you were a toddler?
From the time I was able to walk, I was trained to be in service to the house by protecting the air with my life.
Hey, Ben, who wants to throw a dodgeball at Ben's head real quick? For the toy katana joke.
Wait, where are my emotes? Where am I? Aha, here we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got you. Don't worry.
From the time you were able to walk, there are a lot of demand for toddler bodyguards.
All that's ever been asked of me is that I stand in the right place at the right time.
You mean like in family photographs?
Oh, they were shooting all right. Like in front of a blade. Even a child can manage that.
Go throw yourself onto the spike, child. You have to do it for the family.
It's for family.
It's the only way.
The house has given me everything I've ever had and taught me everything I've ever known. What meager service I can offer in return means nothing compared to the debt I owe them.
You view your relationship with your family as a transaction?
Hey, Morgan, you don't want to call your parents?
I should call my mom.
Not in the middle of
is
stream or not. Wait till after.
It is not something so cold, girl. It is a matter of loyalty.
Right. So if you were standing before a judge and they asked you your name and occupation, you'd say, "My name is Sosuke Ikaria, and I'm an eternal servant for a living."
I would say my name is Sosuke Ikaria, and I work as head of personnel security for the Ikaria Financial Group.
Let's go find out what his official bio is, because it might be important. Got August 23rd, tall boy. I think that's actually my height,
Good
now I think about it.
God.
Likes whetstones, paperbacks, and matcha.
His favorite author is
Dislikes
Alexander
opera.
Dumas.
Non-work related messages will be blocked.
I do love someone's favorite coffee order is dog shit.
Yeah, Americanos fucking suck. Americanos, real quick, are the most deceptive name ever because it's like an American coffee. You think it'd be like really sugary and sweet because America.
No,
But no, it's just like it's just watered down espresso.
It's super watered down because whenever Americans were showing up at the European fronts in World War II, they'd keep getting served coffee and it'd be too rich for their taste because they're too used to drinking cheap horse shit.
Well, it's also the fact that like Americans are used to big mugs of coffee, but if you have a big mug of espresso, you're gonna be bouncing off the walls.
Gotta go for a big mug of espresso though.
I know, right? So they were like, "Oh shit, we gotta water this down so these Americans' hearts don't explode."
And what does that entail exactly?
I am the young master's bodyguard, and I lead all his security teams.
Nice to properly meet you.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And I'm Sarah, paralegal and bartender, part-time.
Yes, I believe you already mentioned that.
Well, I'm just making it known that I can make free time for. It seemed like we were all doing it twice.
Well, thank you for your paralegal services, Sarah.
A rare, like, just innocent, polite Sarah smile. I feel like this expression doesn't come up very often. Very sweet.
Smile.
It's nice that it's nice that Sarah's having a conversation with someone who's not being like even a little bit sarcastic towards them. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like most people are like a little bit condescending to Sarah.
Admittedly, and I don't know if this comes up, I'm not sure if he even entirely realizes she's an android.
Probably not.
I think I could believe the head wound, just him going like, "Oh, I guess there is a barcode there. I just assumed your hair was really shiny."
Oh, he sees that barcode. He just thinks that's part of the brain damage, that he's just hallucinating.
Yeah.
And here I had the impression you had no sense of humor.
What do you mean?
It seems in this particular instance, Adonai, it was you who misidentified his proper manners as being sarcastic.
Glad we've all broken the ice. I think this is my favorite Sarah expression though. Aw, man.
Aw, fiddlestick. It's the Maya Fey pouting expression
Yeah.
for her.
Me.
My new boss is really cheesing my beef. Makoto told me that this all started because you were taken captive yesterday. What happened?
It was 2 p.m. The young master had just finished a meeting with the VIP in Crane Tower, floor 108.
At 2 p.m.? Wasn't he in school?
I'll ask that you refrain from mocking the young master at my presence. Wait a minute, hold on.
Huh.
If he was trained to protect the young master from an infant, what's the age gap between these two?
That's a great question, Ben.
Was he
Don't
trained
worry
to like
about it.
was he trained to protect a hypothetical young master?
Or is Sosuke actually about 19 years old?
That's a great question, everybody.
Because Makoto is gotta be like genuinely like gotta be like 14, 15, right?
17-ish. Right? I feel like that came up. Am I stupid?
They usually avoid doing the
a
actual
specific
like
age?
stating ages or even age ranges
Okay.
in the thing. It's mostly in the little bit for the like the voices where they give you
Okay.
an
Yeah, like
idea.
the profile. If you look at the profiles, like they don't have a year, just the month and day, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
actually, I'm gonna pull up the thing real quick to see if it says on the thing.
Yeah, the character, the voice acting chart that you sent us doesn't have. It just has like
Oh yeah, it just says
adult.
kid and adult respectively.
Yeah, adult or like if it might be like 20s, 30s, etc. That kind of thing. But like I could imagine Sosuke's got the fucking Joestar bloodline thing going where he's like 16 years old but looks like that.
Huh?
He is a child. Anyone can see that. But you've no idea the pressures that have been placed on him.
Whatever my client wants.
As I was saying, it was just after 2 p.m. Me and the rest of my team escorted him to the elevators along our planned exit route. But our lift stopped suddenly in between floors 61 and 62. That was when I made a mistake. I had a bad feeling. Thought it best to get Makoto to the ground floor ASAP. So I forced the elevator open, crawled out, and pulled him out after me. But just as he got out, the elevator started up again, separating us from the rest of the guard.
It was a trap.
A 50-50 one. Staying wasn't safe either. If they could stop the elevator, it's not a stretch to think they could drop it, too. He just lost the coin flip when he decided to exit.
Yes, Sarah, it was a trap. Floors 60 through 70 were undergoing heavy retrofitting. The other elevators weren't responding. Comms were jammed. I'd reviewed the entire building's blueprints beforehand. Not very useful information, obviously, for a floor undergoing renovations. But I knew there was a construction elevator we could get to, on the other side of the tower. I had to act fast. There was no time to doubt myself, and I did something unforgivable.
You left the kid?
I picked him up over my shoulder.
Just imagine that little twerp just beating his fists on this guy's back shoulders like, the indignity!
Unhand me!
Oh.
He's
What's up, man?
Well, that sounds like fun.
I'm just more imagining him like hoisting him up Mario Bros 2 style, just both hands above his head.
Now, young master, we must perform the fastball special.
What?
Look, Makoto's small enough, and Sosuke here's a big enough guy that he can just one hand that little snot.
Makoto is the exact size where they could fall off like the top of a 2-story building and just be completely unharmed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
House, forgive me. Everything the young master does for the sake of his name's dignity, and I...
Oh wait, no, that's... Kids are tougher than you'd think. I think he'll get over it. So you escorted him to the service elevator. I take it that's when things...
Sorry, Makoto is a size class that is eligible for dual wielding.
That's true.
Got to it before I could. Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Making Makoto an FF14 as a Lalafell, and it's not wind-up Makoto, it's just Makoto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doing the thing where that some FF14 role players do where they treat Lalafell like models as like for like stand-ins as infants, and then I'm always like, that's a grown-ass man that you've put in baby clothes. That is an adult with a job who pays taxes.
The movie industry did it for many decades.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry, but I only remember a few vague details about what happened next. But I'll tell you what little I can. After I activated the lift...
I was
Where am I going? Oh,
disappeared into
no!
the shadow dimension.
Oh, there goes my vision again. 2 assailants emerged from under a tarped doorway at my 7 o'clock. One tall, one thin. Tall was around 190 centimeters, and his weight, I'd say 100 kilograms with the mods.
It occurs to me, and I never did this, we can actually check his math here.
Yeah.
Good eye?
Yeah.
I didn't completely, when I was going through this myself, I completely forgot I could actually just check that and see.
Thin was maybe 175 centimeters, but slouched. Modded as well, but what I saw looked stripped down, so he couldn't have been heavier than 70 kilo.
Now I just need to know. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah?
Yep.
Good eye on him. Well, I would say good eyes, but now it's good eye.
What's up, Sarah?
I was just saying, this is like his job. It makes sense.
I know, it's just like, I was like, I just completely forgot to check. I'm like, oh damn, he's really sharp at that.
It's a bit that works both ways, because like if he was like way off, it'd be funny, but if it's spot on, it'd be like, well, this guy's really competent. They had needle guns, slow to fire and slow to take effect. A memorable choice. Taller one shot first, jerked his arm when he pulled the trigger. A bad habit usually favored by street slinger punks who are used to compensating for the kickback of jailbroken zippers. He might as well have been aiming at the ceiling. Thin lines up his shot properly, laser sight dialed in on the young master's left trapezoid. I shift into a horse rider stance and deflect the needle with my weapon. The lift doors open behind me as just another shooter steps forward at my 3 o'clock. Or so I thought, but all they had was a laser pointer. Literally a cheap trick. But it worked. I hear a click from 8 o'clock, turn my neck, and feel a weight punch into my deltoid. A dullish kind of pain for an instant. I realize I'm already going numb. And that's when I squeeze.
Squeeze?
He's talking about his mods.
That's how I've always described it. Others say they flex or pull or hold. I squeeze. Akita Type 2 external thoracic booster. Some burst strength and pain-killing capabilities, but in short, it's a reflex enhancer.
Cyberpunk 2077 character.
That's right.
Make 1 second feel like 15. In hindsight.
Goes Sosuke rolling up on the Blowjob Brothers and he turns on the Sandevistan.
He got that shit that David Martinez had.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And makes it feel like you ran a marathon during those 15 seconds, once the kickback gets you.
Sosuke having a nightmare about one night about being in that thing that David's in at like the end of that show.
Oh God, I know. My boy.
It was
But I
horrible. I
digress.
was like a face on a big ugly robot. It was terrible.
I was just a set of abs and a head inside of a MODOK body. It was horrible.
Do you remember that scene in the RoboCop reboot where he took away all the RoboCop parts and was just a face and lungs and a hand? It was like that. But I digress. I moved. Got Makoto into the elevator and wrenched the doors shut myself. Taking 3 more needles to the back in the process. Literally doing that thing that Sergeant Hatred did. Where he just gets fucking loaded up with trank darts and just jabs like 5 adrenaline needles. And then his heart explodes because he's 60 years old.
Yeah.
I remember saliva pooling on my lip and then cold concrete scratching my cheek.
All right, Sosuke. So you were guarding Makoto. These men laid a trap, targeted him with tranks, failed. Then they take you instead.
Yes. to my great shame.
You were outnumbered and ambushed, but you still managed to protect Makoto. What's there to be ashamed of?
That I didn't see it coming.
You're saying this has happened before?
Dozens of attempts in the past year. Some headed off in the early stages, some sidestepped entirely, and some stopped with force. I knew their tactics and I knew our vulnerabilities. Yet still I failed.
Sasuke, that is
Not incorrect.
Adonai.
Am I wrong? Shouldn't a bodyguard get at least one shot off before being taken down?
Shot? What do you mean, shot?
You were not carrying a firearm?
Hell no, do you think I fuck with that pussy shit? I got a cool sword.
No. No one on the team had guns.
How's that?
None of us in the security team had firearms with us.
But you're a gangster.
I'm a head of personnel security for the Ikaria Financial Group. Walking onto an allied group's property armed to the teeth insults their hospitality and makes the house look insecure, or worse, impotent.
And I'm not a security expert, but I do think there's some gray area between armed to the teeth and empty-handed. I mean, didn't you just say you deflected their attack?
I was not defenseless just because I wasn't carrying a gun.
Oh?
I had my sword.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So lame.
Sarah doesn't think so.
So cool!
That's right. But real quick before you do that, Reed. Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say the cruel auto mod strikes again, preventing our dear viewers from talking about Blowjob Brothers.
I know, folks. From now on, you just gotta say BJ Brothers in chat. Like, it's just not gonna work. Okay?
Don't negotiate with the enemy.
No, we will never censor our viewers. You say Blowjob Brothers, we will come through and approve it, all right?
Otzi will approve you saying Blowjob Brothers are evil women as many times as she has to until Automod stops doing it.
That's right. We have principles here.
That other one did. We've already tried that last time. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it just doesn't work there.
I gotta be real with you. It's 2025. That's not gonna work for literally anything.
The auto mod is crafty.
You
listen, Automod works hard, but we work harder.
That's right. Teevesly, don't remind me that I did this sort of literally the second of the devil stream in a row. I'm like, it's 2025.
Saturn's still signing documents of 2025.
Fuck. Shit.
I haven't fucked up once.
I'm so happy for you. You walk around town with what? A samurai sword?
You just assume that it's a katana?
Racist.
Is it?
Yes. But it is wrong of you to assume. It could have been a broadsword.
It's not very woke of you.
It is a signifier of my position within the house and shows that I am acting as a representative of it.
Is it ceremonial then?
No, it is quite sharp.
I can attest to that.
Though it's probably in terrible condition by now, seeing as how the city's police manhandle everything else they touch.
Now, in fairness, we can't cancel her for assuming it would be a katana. She has the reason to have assumed it was a katana.
I guess that's true.
But she can't say that, so she just has to take maybe people think I'm racist in this episode on the chin. I'm sorry, Morgan.
Morgan of the Devil canceled for racism.
Not any of the other stuff.
And nothing else.
Speaking of which, perhaps we should move on to the night's main events. They tried for Makoto, got you instead, and took you to the lower wards. Why?
I've been wondering that myself. Aren't you essentially worthless?
Oh,
As a hostage, she means.
I know that. Thinking back, I was surprised myself to wake up at all, let alone in captivity. But it seems they had questions they wanted to ask me.
What do you remember?
Whatever they used on me, I can remember some things, but how much of it was real, what order it happened in, it's all...
Just say whatever comes to mind. It can be anything. Sights, smells, voices. There are no wrong answers.
I was bound, my wrists bound above my head, tied to something that smelled like iron and rattled like old iron. Tiles beneath my feet, some kind of bathroom or decontamination area.
Good guess.
They asked me questions. I said things. Loose lips, like being drunk for the first time again. But I'm confident that other than vulgarities, it was all incoherent. Because there were shocks, the taste of blood. I must have bit my tongue during the spasms. And there were beatings, of course.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Good night. Do you need corrective lenses?
Sarcasm is just how I grieve a lost opportunity, Sarah.
Lost opportunity?
Yeah, it's a damn shame. From what I can see of it, a pretty face like yours would go a long way with the jury if it wasn't pulverized.
Ridiculous.
His blush just barely visible under his fucking black eye.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not blush, that's the blood from my brain leaking into my cheeks.
Is he blushing?
I agree about his face that night, but I don't believe it is his only strong feat.
Shut the
Let
hell
us
up.
move on.
Sarah, I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up for a moment.
Am I not allowed to have a type?
I don't need to know about it.
Crepes!
it's the world, Adonai!
Didn't let you say a word, Sarah. I'm sorry.
No, we got some of it. I don't
Did
know.
you?
I don't know how much of it, but I did hear you say it's a free world at night.
Well, that's something at least.
I'm sorry that Discord's so
Discord
homophobic
is-
against your girlish whimsy.
Discord is so sexist against my girlish whimsy. Is it a crime to have a high-pitched voice?
No.
No!
Really? Well, in that case, how did your captivity end? Do you recall escaping?
I was blindfolded the entire time, but my ears weren't boxed so bad. There was a door that squeaked and whined, so I always knew when someone was coming or going. One voice asked questions, mostly. It was light. Another voice grunted when he hit me, heavy. Other voices came and went, and then eventually, there was talk. Through the door, I heard. They were all talking to someone else.
A new voice? Was it high-pitched or low, loud or soft?
It doesn't matter. What's important is that it belonged to someone new. Someone besides you and the dead who was there last night.
Did you make out any part of their conversation?
I love the low heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
No, not a word. But there was a loud noise. Gunshots, followed by shouting. Ugly sounds.
Hey, I'm very proud of my sounds, I'll have you know. They were good sounds.
I don't think they were ugly at all.
And then?
hollow pain in my skull as I lost consciousness again. When I next came to, I had something in my hand. In my hands. Something sharp. I didn't even think to ask where it was, what it was, or where it came from. I just started working at the bindings. Rushed and clumsy, poking myself in the process. But I cut them loose, and then took the gag out. The blindfold was so tight that I cut it, rather than try and... The damn thing must have been acting as a bandage, because when I took it off... Between the light and the pain, I thought that my head had split open. It took me a long time to stand up. Felt like I could lie on that cold, disgusting floor forever if I just... But something was poking me. Something tucked into my waistband.
I think they tried to shoot my dick off. The gun.
A gun. Imagine my surprise. Checked the safety, the chamber, reflexively, but only saw 2 spent slugs. I was too tired to be confused, so I just walked out that squeaky door and into red. Just red. And then I was blinking at an IV, handcuffed to a stretcher in an ambulance, some cop reading me my rights. Saying that I killed 5 people. No, wait. Some judge or official said that later. When I woke up in the ambulance, all they said was that I was a cop killer. Omitting some strong language.
I don't understand. You were held captive, interrogated, tortured. But then you woke up armed and were able to escape.
The cops didn't ask me any questions, and I wouldn't have answered if they had. It's been nearly a full day, and I'm just now saying it aloud for the first time.
Where'd they get you, Sosuke? Go suck a lemon.
Yeah.
It truly sounds absurd.
This is your world, Sosuke, not mine. Do you have any theories on what happened?
Only 2 possibilities come to mind. In the first scenario, one or more of my captors wanted to kill me but needed an excuse to do so. So they let me escape. They give me a knife and an unloaded gun, then wait for me to stumble out so they can mist me and be done with it. But the plan doesn't work. Somehow I limp out of that room and shoot, cut, and stab. Kill them all.
That would be quite the feat, given the condition you say you were in.
Yes, a tale for the ages.
But it's not possible.
Why isn't it possible?
Even if he had the motive and they were stupid enough to give him the opportunity, he was still lacking...
Bullets?
Sarah is correct.
Yeah, bullets.
In the brief I read, 2 of the pod were shot to death. I'm sure you're highly qualified, Sosuke, but I doubt you can fire a gun without bullets.
No, I cannot. As I said, the gun I woke up with had already fired both its shots.
So, if we tell the police that the gun wasn't loaded, would that clear Sosuke's name for 2 of the murders?
There's no proof the gun was already empty by the time he got his hands on it.
She's right. That gun was some kind of jailbroken mag rail. The only residue it would leave behind is static. So long as my prints are on it, that's all the evidence they need to claim I fired it.
How about that second possibility, then?
Second possibility is that someone walked into that building, killed my captors, and then tried to frame me for it.
An interesting idea. You should forget all about it. Put that one out of your
Sounds
brain.
stupid.
That one just doesn't work.
It's a bit ridiculous, don't you think?
Sounds like lunacy.
We've already eliminated the other possibility. Insane trumps impossible. Like it or not, this bad Samaritan theory is our best shot. What is it?
I'm just surprised you believe me. You haven't even asked if I did it.
I never ask. It helps that I can usually tell.
A wise policy for the world that you're setting foot into. Not as if it makes any difference here. Even I don't know if I'm guilty.
You were drugged and beaten. You're still injured even now. And we just reasoned that you couldn't have killed your captors without help. What makes you think you might still be guilty?
Because I've killed before.
So?
A pale spark flickers at the back of my mind. My index finger rises slightly, my lips part. Was I expecting this? Stepping into the criminal underworld? Looking forward to it? The rare opportunity to speak frankly with someone else who's... You mean...
Yes. I was in the military.
Okay.
I've taken lives many times.
That doesn't make you a murderer. Soldiers are given orders.
I've killed people. Whether or not a superior asked me to do doesn't change that fact.
But soldiers are...
Are you a soldier, Sarah?
No?
So drop it.
She is good at following orders. It can take years to acquire that skill.
I don't think he knows she's an android.
I imagine it comes easy for androids.
Yes, I suppose that's... Wait. That's an android.
Admittedly, when I postulated that possibility before, I forgot this scene entirely.
Yeah.
Did you miss the glowing barcode?
Ma'am, I am hallucinating a lot of things right now.
I am more concussed than possibly anybody has been since the abolishment of football as a sport.
I thought I had 6 lawyers when you two came into the room.
Are you gonna ignore my self-introduction?
Look, I'm tired. I thought those were highlights or something.
Wow, I literally inadvertently spoiled myself forgetting how the scene went when I made that joke earlier. Saturn's brain contains multitudes.
Well, one of these days, Saturn, we just have to hit you with a dodgeball hard enough you get a concussion, and then forget it all over again.
Yeah, you just have to hit me with dodgeballs enough times until I look sort of like Sasuke Ikaria, and then all my problems will be solved, I think.
Yeah. That's all it takes.
Yeah, just getting pelted with dodgeballs over and over until suddenly you're like gestures broadly.
Until you're like the average NFL player. Yeah, I know. That was the joke.
Yeah.
Did my hair catch your eye? You have discerning taste. You see, each strand is actually...
Was there something you wanted to say, Sosuke?
I've taken liars before, and so I know how I feel afterwards. Thin.
And how do you feel right now?
Right now, I feel...
What is it? You remember something?
Yes. After I stepped out of that door, I said I saw red. But I do remember one other sensation. I remember the feeling of gripping my sword. That brief you read, it listed all the charges, all the causes of death. The fifth man, the cop they say I killed. How did he die?
Stabbed through the back with a sword, skewered like a goddamn piece of meat. And you've got the balls to ask us to carry him to the hospital?
I don't think that's quite how I phrased the request.
I've been paying close attention. Would you like me to play back what you said?
Not right now, Sparky. Reyes, she's just doing her job.
Let me snooze an ad break real quick. There we go.
Not like she's asking.
Oh, save the lecture, great hair.
Let's check in on Gray Hair's profile real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our boy.
Likes duct tape, mascara, and oak.
Sure, man, absolutely. Normal things to like.
Yeah,
Best at finding new restaurants.
I believe it.
Gray. Come on, my hair isn't.
Here's the yeah.
There it is. It'll
That
get
one.
there. Graying, maybe, but
In case I haven't made it clear, I've never liked you, Morgan.
Aw, you're breaking my heart. I hadn't noticed.
But I never took you for a mob lawyer.
Whatever my client's associations might be,
He's a cop killer.
innocent until proven guilty isn't a phrase I coined myself, Detective Reyes. Exactly
Girl.
162 centimeters tall, 63 kilograms, blood type A minus, by the way.
Undefeated at volleyball.
Her and I don't have the same hair, I'll tell you that for free.
Uh-huh.
I literally use shampoo. I don't think I use conditioner maybe more than once or twice a month because my hair is so oily. But since we're in a scene with her real quick, let me just
Simply couldn't be me, Saturn.
There we
I
go.
have to use conditioner every time I wash my hair.
You got curly hair, though. That's why.
And now Reyes,
That's
you
the
make
only
a
way
very
to manage that curls.
you make a very compelling argument about my mob ties, but have you considered that I have a picture of you in a bodysuit printed on an acrylic
Yeah,
keychain
yeah.
on my phone? Checkmate.
I have already drawn myself as a competent lawyer and you in the bunny suit.
It's actually somewhat important.
Oh, don't worry about that. The proving won't take us long at all.
Really, your track record for that kind of success.
Shut the fuck up.
Do you always take pride in rushing your investigations? We've all seen the same intake file by now, yes? We're gonna look at that because we haven't seen it yet. Medical records. Sosuke
the
Ikario was
autopsy
apprehended
report.
at the scene of the crime and placed in a medical transport. Injuries noted at the time. Blood from various sources across the anterior of the body. Numerous bones in left hand broken as if from impacting a hard surface. Slight laceration found on the left hand. Internal bleeding throughout the torso and skull. Bruising and rope burns on both wrists as if bound. Numerous bruises on the interior side of the body. Others blood across the tops of feet and pant legs. Largest wound found on the crown of the skull, back of the head near the top. At the time of booking, numerous additional injuries were noted, including bruise to left eye, busted lip, broken nose, boxed left ear, and blunt trauma to the anterior right side of the head. When or where these additional injuries were sustained is not noted.
Curious.
Definitely sounds like the kind of man who had the strength to stab someone with a sword.
My client was in bad shape when he was arrested, but his wounds were treated in a medical transport. Yet somehow, in between arriving at the station and his booking, all his wounds were reopened, and some of them had multiplied. Tell me if you can, great detective. How will we ever solve the mystery of the reappearing fractured skull?
Your client was being moved between floors. He struggled, trying to escape.
Bing bong, bootlicker answer. And he fell down the stairs? Really? Was there a lawnmower waiting at the bottom? Look, we're all adults here. I'm not. So let's just say it. Your coworkers kicked the shit out of him.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
I want you to uphold the law. For some reason, I thought you cared about that.
A police badge isn't a time machine. By the time we took custody, he was already...
She's right, Tiger. What's done is done.
Welcome back, Zoop Bloop. Zoop Boop Bloop. Of the devil.
You know you've got a snowball's chance in hell at proving your client was assaulted while in police custody. And you'll never get charges brought against the officers who did it. So try asking for something doable.
Don't go giving away all my best tricks. The door in the face tactic is already fragile. I want him to see a doctor.
You've got to be shitting me. That's a blooded KW in there with military grade mods. He's not leaving this building.
But we could have a doctor brought here.
And give him a chance to take a hostage.
He's not the 99 man, Reyes. He can't break his cuffs.
I don't even know if this is intentional, but I always remember that old video of, I can break these cuffs.
Yeah.
Don't say 99, man. You don't know what it means. You're too old.
I forget.
I am curious.
I forget if this is important
gotta-
or not.
It's got to be a television show.
A theoretical state of being in which a human has replaced replaced much of their body with cybernetics equivalents as possible, thereby becoming someone who is 99% machine and yet technically still a human.
The $6 million man. Okay, I got what they're doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
or
for sure.
like Atom Smasher, or like a protagonist at the end of Edge Runners.
Yeah.
How about a medic who can't be taken hostage?
Medical ad?
Sure, great. Let's see if we can't negotiate his premiums lower while we're at it.
Is that a refusal, Dr. Reyes?
Oh, I didn't say no, did I?
Great! He also needs a protective detail.
Lady, I swear to...
Counselor. Protective details are comprised of off-duty cops. I don't think that'll have the outcome you're looking for.
No. But if my client is left unattended one more night, he's likely to be declared unfit to stand trial when he shows up to court with his head caved in. An outcome I genuinely believe you're not looking for either.
We could keep him here.
What, in the interrogation room?
Counseling quarter. Table can't be moved, but if you slide the chairs out of the way, the floor's not actually that hard.
How do you even know that?
Lady, you don't want to ask me the kinds of encounters I've had in the counseling chambers.
Given what other lodgings he's had in the last 24 hours, I don't think your client will mind.
So if Detective Reyes and Detective London take shifts keeping watch...
Now we're keeping watch?
It is the homicide department's counseling quarter.
You think I give a shit about what happens to that son of a bitch? You think I wouldn't walk in there myself and...
You wouldn't.
What?
It's not in your nature.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
You either have it or you don't.
Trust me, if I had the chance to take a swing at that son of a bitch...
Yeah, you already called him that. A piece of shit, a bastard, a killer. But unlike every other cop I walked past to get in here, you've yet to call Sosuke an animal.
So what? What the hell does that matter?
It's the only thing that matters. I've got the outsider's perspective, so I know. Your average human can do anything to anyone, so long as they're not a person.
Whatever. Think what you want, creep.
Well, so long as that's your only request, we should be able to.
I need to get into that crime scene as soon as possible.
You've got to be. What, like tonight?
She's not rushing any more than anyone else, Sunshine. Everyone up the line has been raring to go with on this. Now that Sosuke's actually got a lawyer.
Well, maybe if that son of a bitch hadn't clammed up all day, we wouldn't.
She said it again.
Whatever. Pick, then, counselor. You can bully us into guard duty or escort duty, but we can't do both.
I need both. You'll have to split up, but I can help with that. Or rather, Sarah can.
I can?
Of course you can. You can go treat Sosuke.
I am not trained in.
Oh, I love this bit. She's pretending she doesn't remember being registered as my medical ad.
Yes, I would never forget that unforgettable experience. But I've never done first aid before.
Well, watch a tutorial first. Use lots of sanitizer. Just hand her some bandages and she'll get Sosuke looking good as new in no time. Oh, and we actually have an ad break that just started, so I'm going to
Perfect timing.
take us over to BRB for a minute.
Painting style, you know?
All right. Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's fun.
tabbed back into the wrong page. There we go. And we're back from the ad. I saw it was coming, and I just sort of pushed it till I got the notification, and then just if I try and like get out ahead of it, I find it just it then waits an extra minute or two before it actually starts. So. Okay. I'll read you that line read because I think it might have got cut off for the live viewers. Just hand her some bandages and she'll get Sosuke looking good as new in no time. Then you can plop her in front of the door, and even 20 crooked cops working together couldn't get her to budge.
That much is certainly accurate. I have a strong core, so if I focus and lower my center of gravity.
Thanks for the sales pitch, but it doesn't mean shit.
Hmm.
The crime scene is in the lower wards. If you think, after what happened last night, that any cop with a pulse would go down there without their partner.
It's okay, Sunshine. I'll take her down there.
Is everyone else in here huffing Nirvana? London, it's in blue blood territory.
Blue blood territory outskirts, really.
They lost a whole pod. They'll be swarming the place. You can't go down there without backup.
Backup, huh? You know Mac from Contraband?
What, the skinny guy? Kind of a perv.
Yeah, he's skinny. Look, he's got crime scene analysis sweeps going over the place with a fine comb right about now. Drones, probes, the works. They'll have eyes on us before we get within 5 minutes of the place.
keep in contact for once.
I'm so proud of Discord for having actually got the whispered whatever.
I'm so happy too. Trust me. I hope you're being generously compensated, Eve.
Oh, I'm getting a... Is that a new name for little old me? You like me. You
You
like
got a crush on
me.
me. You think I'm cute. Selling your soul to the mob.
You can't stand my girlish whimsy and saccharine affect at all, can you? It drives you crazy.
You're in love with me.
Right? It's just like, shut the fuck up.
God, I'm so fucking sick of you. Christ. It'd be a shame if you didn't at least get a good price.
Mm-mm.
Hey, you coming, Blinkers? Gotta find where they store all the med kits in this dusty old pizza.
Go on.
I'll be
Also,
right behind you, Detective.
Morgan is a private practice. Like, she doesn't really get to pick and choose her clients. It's just whoever shows up.
I mean, you can go like, oh no, the thing is, even if you are private practice though, you can go like, oh, but you're like with the mob though. Like, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't need that heat. I'm good.
Yeah, no, private practice attorneys refuse to like represent people all the time if they think their case is either crooked or like unwinnable. Like,
Also,
that happens
yeah, that's the
constantly.
other thing is a private practice case can go like, dude, you're fucked. Leave me out of this.
Yeah, no, I don't want that affecting like my win rates and shit. Absolutely
Wait.
not.
Zubu, which clerks? They had the conversation about contractors and clerks, not about lawyers though. They were talking about the Death Star.
In the
Sorry about
In-
that.
Sorry about that. I was just thinking about the movie Clerks. You ever watch the movie Clerks?
Movie Clerks back in the 90s, the 1990s.
Yeah, I know. It's over. It's nearly a century old.
They call it the gay 90s too, Electric Boogaloo, because, you know, much like the 1890s, it was very gay.
And much like the 2080s, it's, well, never mind that. A man's gotta
She's
have a
still
private
new.
life.
She's still new to all this, really. Not old like me.
She does seem to be on edge, more so than usual.
It's her first time losing a fellow officer. I think she's taking it pretty hard.
Maybe even personally. Did they know each other?
Ah, right. You gather up all your things, I'll go bring us up a ride.
Kasim London, expert question dodger.
That's right.
Great.
Leaning
In
out
another
of
life,
that shit like Michael Cera.
in another life, Kasim London is the shady old man character in a Tales game.
Yeah, in another
for
life,
sure.
Kasim London has like a slightly different outfit and was tailor-made to drive a slightly younger Sarah clinically insane.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Kasim London is a Jade, like, not literally in the way that it is literal in FGO, but is kind of a Jade Curtis face.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, no, the aura is there.
Kasim London's just like, well, heaven blesses me for my good deeds, and everyone else is like, that can't
It
possibly
can't
be true.
possibly be true.
Well, I'm such a
I
hard
think
worker.
If you stabbed David and Kasim with the, I mean, I guess that I should say, if you stabbed Jade Curtis with the Yamato, David Asher and Kasim London would pop out. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
That's true.
That's
right.
What I'm telling the Of the Devil developers is that you should play Tales of the Abyss. Don't you tell everybody to play Tales of the Abyss? Yeah, shut up.
That's fine. It can be a targeted telling people to play Tales of the Abyss.
That's right. It's a good game.
Thanks for all the help, Detective. You're a lifesaver. Though this is one occasion where I wouldn't have had any trouble finding the place.
Really, didn't take you that long to patch him up, huh? Now we just wait here all night. That clock runs pretty slow.
If you're not doing anything else, Detective, might you be interested in answering some questions?
I love that
Ooh.
because I believe the bit there is mostly that's the canonical moment where you get the Reyes interview from the end of episode 0.
Oh, that's cute.
Because it
Oh.
was obvious because like all those are Sarah, but that was obviously also in here, but not clear when she took it.
Yeah.
And also because Sarah wouldn't have been there yet. So
right.
there you go.
That's cute.
Once more into the depth. When I went down to the lower wards last night, I knew what I wanted to find, but I wasn't sure where to look. Now I know where to look, but I have multiple priorities to consider. It'd be nice if I can prove Sosuke's innocence. It won't be easy, given that they think he killed a cop. But it'd keep me on the Ikaria's good side. That'd be nice. But what is essential is that I figure out what the hell happened after I left. Whether anyone found any trace that I was ever there. Everything else is secondary.
Sorry. Guess I should have asked before I decided we'd be sharing a cab.
I don't mind. But I am surprised. Did budget cuts take away your shiny patrol car?
Patrol cars are shared, counselor. Any cop can step into any other cop's car, sync their credentials, and drive.
Convenient. Shame you can't personalize.
Yeah, no more dice in the mirror.
I can hardly believe, even at your age, that you were ever alive at a time where people had dice in the mirror, Detective.
How old are you?
Is that why we're in a cab, then? Personal taste?
Police cars are full of bugs. Thought you might appreciate the privacy.
I would hate to be in a car with so many cockroaches and termites in it, Kasim. Thank you. Autocabs are full of bugs, too.
True, but there are ways around them.
Are there? I didn't know that.
Yeah, plenty. Can be as easy as flashing a police badge.
Something you wanted to discuss in private, Detective. He looks so sinister here. This is Kasim London at his most I'm in Fate Stay Night face.
This is the most like when we were first doing casting lists, Saturn was just like, I understand he is an apricot like, but listen, we need to make Ben voice him. And I didn't understand until just now.
Yeah. The thing about Kasim is that he is an apricot like, to be clear.
I was asked to get in contact with you and pass along a message.
A secret admirer?
Certain interested parties and all that. You know how it is.
I'm not sure I do. Does this have something to do with my client's business affiliations?
There would be a lot more blustering if I would repeat it verbatim, so I'll paraphrase. Focus on getting the best outcome for your client.
More of a reminder of what my job description is than a warning.
And don't broaden the scope of your investigation any more than strictly necessary.
Well, I always appreciate kind words of advice. But Detective London, that almost makes it sound like you're on the take.
That's this city, Tiger. If you don't take a little, they'll bury you. Alive, if need be.
Oh, they will. How conspiratorial.
It's not a joke, Morgan.
Do they threaten your wife with Tommy guns if you don't comply? The face of a man who's going, wife?
Yeah.
Huh. It's gotten more sophisticated than that. Well, maybe sophisticated isn't the right word. Complicated might be more accurate. Or you could just call it a quagmire.
It's a real bitch of a situation. Quite the humdinger.
Or even a shitstorm. If you can't get along to go along, even other cops won't trust you. You'll end up shot in the back. Friendly fire. Tragic newspaper clipping.
You're exaggerating. You're telling me the entire police force is corrupt.
Corruption would be one thing. You could, in theory, root it out. But above and below the canopy, it's all intertwined. Every tree stabilizing every other tree. What do they call that? Not parasitism.
Commensalism.
There you go. The state pays criminal informants to rat on their peers and lets them keep their positions in exchange. Orcas buy judges and politicians to keep their men out of prison. Status quo. Balancing act. A cycle. Stable as any gyroscope.
Forgive me if I find that hard to believe. Crime is at an all-time low.
That's not a contradiction. People hate crime. But what gets people killed is chaos.
I'm gonna kill chaos.
Oh, there's a reference I heard and I haven't heard in a while.
I'll never forget.
What a good game that ended up being, surprisingly. And the opposite of organized crime is...
So everyone's playing nice with each other. Even Detective Reyes?
Jeez.
What about the man they think my client killed? Did he play nice?
He was a special case. You got the brief. You recognize his last name?
It's a big city. I don't put too much stock into last names.
You'll need to break that habit if you continue to work in the underworld.
Sosuke said something similar.
Tariq Chopin, only son of Miguel and Dominique Chopin.
I believe you might want to do Chopin for that, because it's French.
Probably Chopin. Yeah, like the composer.
Look at this fucking...
Good lord.
This surly this surly piece of work.
Oh, word, he dislikes gray hairs and untucked shirts? Is that right? Does it sound like anybody we know?
Interesting.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. I will say to the attentive reader, and this is going to come up very shortly, but you'll notice that his two fathers are Miguel and Dominique Chopin. So a Chopin and a Chopin. This has come up.
Oh yeah, that's been mentioned in a news briefing.
Oh,
It was
read.
in this one
Ballot
here.
propositions.
Yeah.
So as you can
This
see,
one.
some of these are sponsored by Chopin Chopin. It gives you an idea before they tell you of why it is that who his parents are might be important.
Yeah. And how you probably have heard you've literally heard the last name in this game before.
Yes.
That's smart.
Clever.
The power couple? Why would the son of two of our city's most prominent council members be working as a police officer?
You want the full story?
Always. So who was this Chopin, really?
An idealist.
Wrong line of work, then.
You're only half right. When he entered the academy, everyone assumed it was a political move. First step in his career to becoming a senator or whatever. Maybe it was. But anyone who met the guy could tell you he would have made a lousy politician.
You're saying he was honest?
Wouldn't tell a lie if his life depended on it. Guy couldn't do small talk, much less make friends. Talking about cleaning up the city, cleaning up the police, cleaning up everything.
He was like if you ever played a Shin Megami Tensei game and he was the guy in your retinue who really wanted to push you towards the order ending. If he was so unpopular, why was he kept on?
No one on the force wanted to risk insulting his parents by firing him. Just got passed around from department to department, detail to detail. He did a lot of community outreach.
Community outreach? What, like bake sales?
Like giving talks at school about saying no to drugs until you turn 21.
Moving the goalposts on that one, aren't we?
Remember, kids, alcohol is very, very bad. Until you turn 21, and then it becomes very, very good.
Remember, kids, don't take any inhaled stimulants until you're 21 years old. Then whatever, it's fine.
Don't take any inhaled stimulants until your boss tells you to. It's fine.
And then take as much as you can without throwing up. Woof. Must have really loved his job to put up with that.
Or he just wanted to prove a point that bad.
Don't you try to save lower wards patrols for the more seasoned, better armed officers?
We do, yeah. How'd you know that?
By going to the lower wards and looking at the cops you send there, of course. I read about it in Watch magazine last month.
Oh.
I'll be honest, sweetheart. I didn't even know they still made magazines.
Yeah.
If Chapin was the son of such powerful men, why'd he end up in the lower wards last night?
That? I don't know.
You don't know.
By all accounts, he and his partner should have been at least 2 patrols removed from that area. Must have been following up on some other lead.
His partner? Who's that?
The hero who finally arrested the Hound of Icaria, that's who.
I'll have to send him a congratulatory fruit basket.
Huey Rogers. Pretty bare bones record, but maybe that'll just add to his legend.
What legend?
Taking your client alive. Whacked him on the head with his sidearm, knocked him out cold.
Guess it is a small miracle that Sosuke wasn't just shot dead if they thought he killed a cop.
Maybe, but it wasn't pure luck. Only thing that did stick out to me in Rogers' record was a shooting score. 41.
Out of
100. You need 40 to pass.
crazy to me that the cop shooting thing is you 40% of your shots need to go where you want them to. That's enough.
They've really lowered the cop hiring standards even lower than they already are.
It's a-okay if there's more than a coin toss odds of you discharging your sidearm and it hitting like a random civilian.
Hey, that's already what happens today, baby.
Yeah, I'll bet we're gonna look up the actual records, and like in real life, it's like 25%.
I don't want to know.
I think someone took pity on him when tallying up his score.
So he only whacked Sosuke on the head because he was too bad of a shot to avenge his partner? At least Rogers knows his weaknesses. I keep hearing that name, the Hound of Icaria. I cringe every time.
You mean Morgan can almost hear the hounds?
I can almost hear them saying the Hound. Bwah bwah, a bwah bwah, bwah ba da ba 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 da ba. No one actually calls him that, right?
Sorry, but I've definitely heard that name circulating around organized crime before.
Must be one hell of a bodyguard to have earned a nickname for it.
He's a bodyguard? And yeah, it must be pretty good.
Never the words you want to hear in response to your client's profession is surprise.
Of course, hound dogs are known for other things besides garden. Sorry, that was crude.
Aw, don't be sorry. I don't even get enough of the joke to be offended. 70% seems to be the norm pass rate for cop shooty tests, says Goo.
That's still low.
Still low. As long as you make the majority, you're okay, apparently. American policing, folks. But, Detective London, if you are working for the Blue Bloods...
I never said I work for the Blue Bloods. More of a gig worker type thing, Tiger. I'm friends with everybody.
Apricot ass.
Mhm.
If you are working for the mob in general, then how do I know you're even taking me to the right place and not to...
Whoa, whoa. I may pass a message along here or there, but I'm not... Damn. Hell, no one is either. Whatever you're imagining, it's not that exciting. Promise.
Damn, girl, you really thought I'd just, like, would kill people?
Not that exciting. Sounds about right. Is it like this in every city? Handshakes and gentlemen's agreements behind closed doors?
You disillusioned?
The state has a great deal of power, Detective London. It makes countless rules. Now, I'm a big girl. I know those rules don't apply to people equally. And I understand the value of criminal informants and the possible conflicts of interest that arise in trying to keep them around. What I don't get is why the state has all this strength, and it won't use it to just wipe the underworld off the map.
That's pretty cold logic.
I'd expect my state to be far colder.
Hey, you ever heard this one? A politician, a CEO, and a mob boss are sitting in a round table with a gun in the middle. Who are you betting on?
I will hear votes.
I mean, who's gonna shoot first?
Who's going to walk out of there alive?
The CEO.
Ben?
I'm saying the politician.
Oatsy?
Did she might have gone to the bathroom.
Ah.
Oh,
What's your vote, Oatsy Bagotsy?
Tap down for a second. What are we doing?
Who's walking out of this situation alive? There's a sitting at a table and there's a gun in the middle.
Oh, it's got to be the CEO, right?
That's
telling
two.
you.
That's 2 for CEO. Goo suggests I think they all fuck each other sloppy style, and the Automod had no complaints about that one.
Oh, that one's just fine. Okay, I see
Thanks,
how it is.
Automod.
Thanks, Automod.
The CEO looks at a loaded gun and sees the bullets in the clip as inventory that needs moving. Plus, they're used to taking a job and setting up their golden parachute before anything else. I doubt they'd walk into that room without first planning how they're getting out of it.
Fair enough. CEOs only get the job in the first place by convincing their board they can navigate high stakes. But it's a trick question, of course. Rock, paper, scissors has no trump card. Politician can bring the heavy arm of the law down onto the mob boss if he doesn't shoot the CEO for him. The mob boss can have the CEO's family killed if he doesn't blow away the politician first. And the CEO can turbocharge the campaign of whomever the politician's opponent is if he refuses to miss the mob boss.
Yeah, seems like you could make the argument to go in the other direction, too.
You could. So the point of the riddle is meant to teach it. The point the riddle's meant to teach is this: whoever convinces someone else to pull the trigger comes out on top.
Funny.
As they say in the Venture Brothers, the minute that God crept out the third caveman, it appears he was hatched against one of them.
So in the parable you've set up, the gun on the table, that's the police? A blameless tool with no will of its own?
Yeah. Though it was older men than I who set it up.
I didn't realize this country's police were so powerless. However do you manage?
We used to have a partner that helped us out, Tiebreaker. Because all 3 of those powerful men would be screwed if a journalist told the world they were meeting together.
I've got good news for you, Detective. Journalists still exist. I could introduce you to one. You could even take a photograph.
Oh, I know they're not extinct. People will always write. It's just that no one wants to pay them to.
Author looking at the camera.
Sorry, didn't mean to talk so much. Maybe it's nerves coming back down here.
What happened the last time he visited?
Something up?
Also, I do want to say, I don't know what they're from, but Teebs, I really like these emotes that you keep using in chat. They're very cute. I like these little animated kitty
Oh,
cats,
I thought
writing
they
and
were
things like that.
yours.
No, I only got like the one, and I think literally the only person in my chat who can use it is other one dude, 'cause it's for subscribers only. Hold on, I'll post it if I'm able to. 1 second. I got a little freaking guy.
Ah.
Western style guy. I see. I've not heard of them.
Didn't put you to sleep, did I?
Maybe a
No.
little.
Oh my god, OT.
Actually, your 3-seat table reminded me of an even older thought experiment. If God is omnipotent, why does he allow the existence of the devil?
Hey, that's the name of the show.
Eh.
Even I know that one. To preserve free will or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's the answer most people give. But now I'm wondering if it isn't a rock, paper, scissors deadlock like the one you just described. God lets devil be so he'll terrify man, and man will always need God's warm protection.
And God needs man's faith, which can't be compelled. Of course, most people would also say that God's long dead in the 21st century, but we're still around. So that leaves the devil in an awfully strong position, doesn't it?
You always picture 3 men in that room, don't you?
Huh? Yeah, I guess I do. Sorry.
Do 55 feminist rosaries for your penance.
Oh, I thought you were calling me gay.
No, what? Well, I mean, never mind. I'm just glad.
Oh.
Look, I don't mean to take this out on you, Detective. I'm just glad to finally get 1 W this episode, okay?
More, it's like, oh, you always picture men in terms of power. And he's like, is there a problem with picturing powerful men? Uno reverse card.
Yeah.
I'm not sexist, you're homophobic.
Morgan's just like, no, a third L. I've lost the episode. It's game over for me.
Just coughing up blood.
Somehow it was being the least woke lawyer in the city that got me, and not all the killing.
Not all the murder.
What now?
Oh, never mind. Detective
worry about it.
London.
Hmm?
We're definitely not alone down here. But when you reassured your partner that we'd have company, I didn't think you were including Blue Bloods.
Ah. You know, I knew I'd forgotten to mention.
It's OT time.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah.
What? Well, then she's a liar, babe. Because I never said that. No, I never said that. Oh, come on, babe. That's just what she's like. She lies for fun. Because that's what I call you, babe. It's a pet name. You like it. No, don't hang up. Don't hang up, baby. Don't hang up. Of course I do.
We gotta get to work, hon.
I'll have to call you back, baby. Something just came up.
London, what is this?
That is a human being.
London, who is this?
Counselor Morgan, this is Adelaide Hahn. She's a blue blood.
Hey, I'm a perfectly legitimate career woman. You're speaking to a Zionist security site manager. If you need anything, miss, please don't hesitate to reach out.
She handed us a business card. Adelaide Hahn's business card, listing her as site manager at Zionist Security, a known front for the Blue Blood criminal organization, includes her personal contact number on top of her work details for some reason.
Can't imagine why.
Can't imagine why. I simply can't imagine why. A real business card. It even has a watermark. I'm not familiar with Cyanus.
We're a private security and investigating firm. Well, we provide bouncers, armed escorts, we catch cheating partners, find runaway debtors, run paternity tests, that kind of stuff. Sorry, but have we met somewhere? No, it can't be. I'd never figured a beauty like you.
She's the Hound's lawyer, Hahn.
That's like 0 for 2 in this episode of that line just working on Morgan. Just like, bonk.
Whiffing.
Seriously? She works for those copper-headed scumbags? So we're mortal enemies? That sucks. Another life then, huh? But I'll still play nice, if you will.
Let's find out who wants to play nice with us. Who's niceys with it? Silk clothes at Dimples.
Least favorite chore is
Chore.
throwing out dead flowers.
Yeah, I understand that one.
Also, as Zoop Boop pointed out, she has a fidget tubby charm on her phone,
Mm-hmm.
like from the
Cute!
from the very first episode 0
Yeah.
case. Right. So you're private security, and you're currently securing this crime scene.
Yeah? What's with the tone?
What you're hearing is genuine bewilderment. London, why are the police letting blue bloods contaminate the crime scene where a cop died?
Come on. We don't have cooties.
If this wasn't the location where a cop died, we'd have already turned full control over to them.
What?
The police contract out the security team around crime scenes to provide private companies all the time. And around here, the private company best suited for the job happened to be Cyanus. Letting them conduct their own side investigations is a small concession to keep the peace.
A small concession? They're probably in there destroying evidence as we speak.
We have the arcs to preserve the crime scene. They could burn the building down, we'd still have a pristine copy.
London Bridges is trying to save face. The police couldn't keep this crime scene off limits without our help, and he knows it. Gremlins could be stashing their shiny cameras and popping their expensive tires around the clock if we weren't here. Low heard kids take out drones by tossing shoes at them for fun.
Is that why you see shoes hanging off of wires?
No. I don't know why that happens.
It's just a thing teens have always done for fun.
Mystery solved. Fine. Maybe the cops and the Blue Bloods are all consummate professionals who never even bicker. But what kind of impartiality can I expect coming in here to defend an Icaria?
Well, you might get some ugly looks from those with less chivalry, but no one's gonna get in your way. We know how defense attorneys operate. We know damn well how you usually win. No one's gonna do anything that'd let you worm the Hound out of his life sentence on a technicality.
You sure you wouldn't prefer that? To have him back out on the streets so you can take another shot at him?
Oh, it's a flattery. That's how you flirt.
What does that mean?
You think we'd ever manage to gun down the hound of Vicaria in the street? Shake him in a holding cell?
Look, lady, if I ever got into a fight with that dude, it would show my name as Blue Blood Thug, and then he'd beat my ass with a motorcycle. To be perfectly clear.
Listen, lady, he's doing heat moves to everybody in the lower wards. I don't want any of that smoke. Thanks.
You ever see someone use their EX bar in real life? I have. It's terrifying.
I've seen him
fucked
slam
up.
a man's head into a microwave and have the clerk turn the microwave on. That's a legit heat move in like 5, I think.
The heat
Six.
moves. The heat moves in the later Yakuza games are psychopathic. So it's like you just kill someone brutally. It's like, nah, he's fine though.
He got
Yeah,
up.
but Cosmic Kiryu doesn't kill people. No.
I love when they do heat moves in Yakuza because they're always very, it's just like, oh no, you're not killing anyone, you're just like doing things. But in Yakuza 0, when you play as Goro Majima, you have heat moves that are just straight up, I take out my knife and shove it between your fucking ribs. And it's like, no, he's fine though.
The best heat move in Yakuza 0 though is the one where Majima steals a thug's gun, and when the guy takes a swing at him, he takes the gun and shoots his hand. He parries his hand with a bullet.
God.
Great.
My favorite one is where he kick flips an umbrella into a man's mouth, shoves it down the throat, and then opens it.
Oh,
That's good. But nobody's getting killed.
No one's-
Don't
they're all
worry
fine.
about
no,
it.
it's all
They walk
non-lethal.
Yeah.
Blue Bloods took him just alive just fine the other day, didn't they?
Yeah. And look what happens to them afterwards.
So you won't tamper with the crime scene just because you want to make sure the state lobotomizes Sasuke for quintuple homicide.
Yeah.
That's a great face.
I mean, we also literally get paid good money to do these kinds of jobs, so we have a reputation to maintain. Rate us 5 stars when you're done looking around, okay?
I'll be sure to leave a glowing review. So, this the main entrance? Front door looks about as heavy as I remember, but it's unlocked.
That
How was this door found?
Chopin and Rogers were the first officers on the scene, responded to gunfire.
Someone heard that? Good thing I cleaned up fast.
Check the area, then enter through the front door.
The door was definitely locked when I arrived, but I didn't lock it behind me when I left. I didn't have any keys.
Admiring our handiwork? This is a Cyanus installation.
Who else would Blue Bloods trust to secure Blue Blood buildings? How does it lock?
You never used a key before?
I want to know how the lock functions. Does it lock behind you automatically?
That's a good question. You looking to buy? Cause I could set you up.
It is a good question, Han. Why don't you answer it?
you can't be giving anyone else that shit out of anyone, old man.
No, dude. Oh, you don't like it when people dodge your questions? That's so crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. This model locks behind you by default. You need a key to get in if someone doesn't unlock it for you from inside.
A physical key.
Physical keys can't be hacked. Or overridden by a police badge. Some people consider those useful features.
Is that why the door is ajar? It looks like the lock's been destroyed. Was it found like this?
Yeah, for as long as the arcs have been set up.
Go ahead and peek at that evidence. The front door entrance used for the crime scene utilizes a physical lock and key, designed to automatically lock behind you when leaving the building. It's currently damaged and non-functional. Trey definitely had to unlock it to let me inside. I didn't think to see if it had locked behind me after I left.
It definitely wasn't locked when me and Reyes arrived, which was around 10:20 p.m.
Hang on. You and Reyes... What, were you the second officers on scene?
That's right. We weren't far when the 999 went out at 10:15.
Long way from Precinct 254, isn't it?
We were in the area.
Awkward. You want the tour then?
Actually, I'd like to check out the alley first.
You know the crime scene's on the 3rd floor, right?
Yeah, but it has a window that opens to the alley, doesn't it? I just prefer to start from the bottom and work my way up sometimes.
Sure, we can start there. Just be careful where you step if you like those boots at all.
They're nice boots, by the way. Really
Well,
highlight
be
the shape
careful
of
where you step.
really highlight the shape of your calves. Never mind. One problem with blue bloods and cops running security. I don't know who to blame for leaving their shit here. I'll give the moral high ground to whichever part of society learns to pick up after themselves first. This is Sarah time, because you have not had any characters do in a while.
That's okay. Panic abounded last week on campus when the computer labs at North Technica University were set ablaze in the early hours of the morning. Students and faculty skirted the campus in anxious, hunched postures as federal agents descended on the lab's vicinity, searching for signs that could point to a culprit. But as of today, the fire has officially been ruled an accident and successfully traced back to a cooling system failure in the basement's main server hub. A freak accident that has provided simultaneous relief and confusion to the community. When the fire was first reported on, many were quick to point out its similarities to other fires and bombings recently reported as sweeping across the nation, dubbed by some members of the press as work of the Witch of the West. Each incident appears to have targeted data infrastructure, hitting state, corporate, and academic nerve centers and leaving behind significant financial grief in the aftermath. Hundreds of thousands of files related to student debt, all of it non-recoverable, said one anonymous campus security specialist after their university student registry records went up in literal smoke. We're reaching out to alumni as quickly as we can to try and piece their records back together, but frankly, a lot of them have been less than eager to speak with us, and we may have no choice but to re-examine payment plans for our current students' tuition. Federal investigative officials have no formal comments at this time, but some local law enforcement officers have described seeing federal agents frustrated with the so-called witch. Criticism of the response has begun to surface from the political realm, with Senator Colt now formally calling for the Director of Investigations to testify as to the progress or lack thereof in the search for this serial arsonist, and other notable "Hey, we don't seem to have your ID in our database," frowny face. "If you could fill out a simple form for us, we can get you the rest of this article, along with a ton of other cool offers and limited time sales, served exclusively to a compliment ID _09 like you," smiley face.
So what I like about this thing also, and this is like, and I don't know when this is going to be setting up for, right? But I think this is one of those things that is maybe more about future stuff than it is now, let's say.
Yeah.
We're getting this and all this stuff about this witch next to this graffiti that says Lobo King. And I'm remembering from episode 1 that when we saw an article about El Lobo and tried to pull up a thing, it was their Wikipedia article or whatever had been hacked, and they gave the instructions to whoever was reading this that if they want to be useful, they should firebomb their data centers.
Oh, true. That's fun.
There we are.
I feel like I've heard stories about bombings out west the last few months, but I didn't know they'd all been attributed to one person, or that they're now calling them the Witch of the West. There's no mention of victims, only data centers being targeted. But clearly this witch is hitting someone where it hurts if they've now got
Feds involved.
What really stands out here is that the federal investigators are getting involved. Most national security agencies were absorbed into the military police complex decades ago. That bureau survived, but it's a mere fraction of the size it used to be and very different in its function. Their modern reputation is that of attack dogs, deployed by the Senate to make examples of political targets. I can't say I like the idea of them being out there hunting for serial offenders. What's the...
Why is that, Morgan?
I don't, you know, it could be for any old reason.
It could be for anything.
It was much darker last night than it is now, and I only took a quick peek. But even so, this...
Looks like it's been moved, huh?
Yes, was trash picked up last night, perhaps?
Checking the model number on the side. Looks like dumpsters of this make haven't been picked up by the city in a decade.
I didn't realize there was DRM on trash cans.
Hey, it's a heavy model, tough to lift, even if its wheels weren't broken. And designed for containing industrial waste, how it ended up here in a residential district is...
Isn't that hard to puzzle out, is it? It was cheaper for the Megs to dump their shit on us than it was to haul it to a landfill.
Is that why I can see markings on the ground there? From leaks?
Aw, you really are a tourist, aren't ya?
I've been in the lower wards before.
Oh, but only at night, right? Rain's dirty down here. Stains the ground wherever it falls.
Acid rain? Like from the history books?
Not quite that bad. Just smog combined with precipitation combined with the charms of the city to make...
Dirty rain. Like I said, lower wards, spring water. There's a shot named after it. Tequila and pickle juice. Ugh.
That sounds unpleasant.
Sounds
Mm,
vile.
I don't think I would mess with that.
So is the dumpster empty?
Let's see.
Hey, grab a glove if you're gonna...
Yeah, it's mostly empty, except for a bunch of scrap metal at the bottom. Explains why I can't get it to budge.
Careful. If you get your toe trapped under there, don't look at me to help you just because I'm modded.
Are you saying you couldn't budget either?
I could if a girl was cheering me on.
Okay,
Girls
London.
are watching.
Okay, London, thanks. Don't know what I was expecting to find, really.
Now just watch it so you don't let the lid slam.
Sorry.
The fire escape would lead right up to the crime scene, assuming it doesn't come crashing down once you step onto it.
Missing the ladder that would connect it to the street level. You're violating fire codes with this tetanus trap on.
Building inspection's not my department. Besides, who'd want to climb up into a burning building?
Firefighters?
You're funny, Bridges. Even a copper firefighter wouldn't risk getting singed to save a lower ward's property from burning down.
An ad could probably make the jump up there.
Ads are heavy. If an android leapt onto that, the whole mess would probably come down on top of them.
Yeah, modders are heavy too.
Hey,
Looks like the only way into the building is through the front door then. Alright.
Which did it?
Yeah, why are you guys so unwilling to accept the possibility that it was the Golden Witch Beatrice who killed this police officer and also these four gangers?
Obviously, so we can just move on. God.
because obviously we can't identify her as the culprit if she's never been introduced prior to talking about the who's and whys.
But we just read a news article about her.
Yeah.
She's been
Yeah,
been busy firebombing data
the
centers out
witch
west.
of the witch of the west is
No.
different than the golden witch. That's a different epithet.
That's no, you got me there. Your blue words pass. So I think I've seen everything. That's right. I was standing here last night when There was that child with the crazy drip. That little infant who was super dripped out. It was dark and foggy. The kid was too far off to make out my face. Weren't they?
What is it, Tiger?
Nothing. Thought I saw someone out of the corner of my eye, that's all.
Yeah? Around here, maybe it was an unlisted.
What do you... Those are real?
Keep to themselves, obviously, but yeah, they're real. I've met some. They inform sometimes what they've seen. Never come in and testify, of course. You'd think they'd stand out dressing like that, but if their camouflage didn't work, they wouldn't be unlisted, right?
What do you mean they keep to themselves? Don't they work with any of the gangs down here?
Sorry, have I gotten your hopes up or something? Trust me, you've got a better chance of winning the lottery than running into one.
Right. Forget I asked. This term has come up before, but we'll pull it up again. Because it hasn't come up much. Informal designation given to individuals, often missing persons or unhoused, who are not being tracked in any government database.
Right.
So literally just undocumented entirely, but also not even tracked as undocumented, right? The future of being undocumented.
Mm-hmm.
You ready to go inside?
I think so, so long as...
No, I'm not with anyone else. It's just me here. Because she's shrill, princess. And delusional, you know that.
I'm sure she'll catch up. I saw a great meme edit earlier of this Facebook ass meme edited with Han that's just like, I'm not Polly, I just love cheating. So
She screams that one TikTok that is just, what's up, bitch? I'm with my kids. What's up, little bitches?
Very. So you were saying this used to be an apartment building?
Somewhere between that and a long-stay motel, yeah. Blue Bloods didn't deviate far from that model when they took it over. They call rooms like these vaults, places to stash away a lover, witness, debtor when there's too much heat.
And they do all sorts of untoward experiments on them.
That's right.
You've gone through all of these vaults, I take it.
Yeah, my favorite is the one full that's all overgrown with plants and full of plant zombies and stuff.
I like the one that's got Coop from Twin Peaks in it.
Reyes, when did you get here?
Yeah.
Cyanus helped us with that last night. Yeah, bringing around master keys, clearing out every possible hiding place.
Didn't find a red-handed serial killer hiding anywhere, did you?
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
So this is the Blue Bloods' forte, then? Securing people, places, and things?
You could think of it that way.
Guess I always assumed gangs made their money through drugs.
Well, the Blue Bloods do deal here and there. But narcotics has been a rich man's game ever since the CDCA rolled in.
For the reminder for the audience, this is the thing we talked about a bit last episode, where a lot of things that you would classify as restricted narcotics in the contemporary days have in fact since in the last 2 decades been legalized.
If you have the funds to ride the gray wave the way House Sicaria does, you can make a killing. They've got the market cornered from black to gray to white to pure green profit. The Blue Bloods hate that. They have to make do with all the scraps the Megs in the house don't bother producing en masse.
Professional jealousy. How ugly. Why can't these underworld overlords just bury the hatchet, get together, and screw over the consumer like reasonable people do?
They've tried, if you believe the rumors. About a year ago now, there was some kind of meeting, an olive branch from the golds to the blues. Apparently, the Blue Bloods had a product that the Icaria wanted to distribute.
The Icaria sell legal drugs now, though. And what kind of product could the Blue Bloods have that the Icaria couldn't manufacture?
Not sure. Maybe that's why it went south so fast. Blood was spilled in less than an hour. The Icaria aren't the type to keep negotiating after being spat on like that.
And so the Blue Bloods remain firmly planted in their lower ward's niche.
They might not like having to take on the low end, but they are filling a gap of the market. And that's every proper capitalist's calling, right? Besides, the workers certainly appreciate the protection down here.
Workers hire Blue Bloods for protection? But that's... all that stuff is legal so long as they're licensed, isn't it?
Legal? Yes. Respectable? Most would still say no. So household name security megs consider it too high risk to be seen in the company of workers.
The cliff notes here is that this is the current euphemism for sex work broadly.
Doesn't help that their average board member is easily pushing 60 years old.
You aren't that far from pushing 60 yourself, are you?
Matter of opinion.
You know, I think you and my auntie would get along swimmingly.
Besides, I'm a very modern, forward-thinking man.
Did you finish those 50 rosaries already? Right. And the Icaria, they don't, Oh, we have an ad break, actually, so you're going to have to hold on that thought for a moment. Excuse me while I take us to the BRB screen.
Could stream more often and didn't have to like really pick and choose what we stream.
God, yeah. If not to sound overly ambitious, dear viewer on Twitch or YouTube, but if with your love and support, maybe someday I could make money off of this such that I don't have to work as much. Wouldn't that be the dream?
Wouldn't that be great, folks? Think of how much garbage we could stream if we could do this full time.
Of course, I am very lazy, so that's not going to happen because I don't like advertising myself that much. But we're back from the ad break, so we can continue doing the thing. Well, actually, I guess we have to wait for OTC to get back. Thank you so much, Other One Dude, for your currently 2 months of support. I have a thing that is supposed to like do. Oh, I know what it is. I'm an idiot. I was like, I have a thing that's supposed to let me know when people like follow or sub or whatever, and like the audio plays for me even just in OBS, and then I realized that I have completely forgotten to actually put that back in.
Oh, like in the stream layout.
Yeah, I have to like get the browser
Oops.
source for the alerts again.
I see.
Whoopsie doopsie.
Well, I'll worry about that between now and next thing.
Yeah.
But welcome back, Otzi.
Hello.
I can continue Morgan's thought. Compete in that market?
No. People at the Icaria's Heights might patronize a courtesan or two in the cloud districts, but they'd never lower themselves to work alongside one.
No, it's your line.
Hypocrites.
She made a very dramatic face there, so I thought it was her
Yeah.
line, but then I saw the name. That much I understand perfectly. The hypocrisy is the appeal for them. The rules don't apply to me. You couldn't ask for a more pure expression of power.
Damn. Worse than I remember. Like a demon tore through the place.
I'm sure whoever tore through the place was a perfectly normal and human person with a full range of emotional response.
Extremely cute girl.
Wait, you think it was a girl? No, it just, it seems like something a girl could do if she put her mind to it.
What are you doing consistently thinking that it's a man? Do you need to do another 75 feminist rosaries?
Yeah.
Seriously. What the hell happened here?
That's what we all get paid to find out, right?
Yeah.
I've definitely got a head start on the rest of you, though.
Yeah, you're cheating.
Shall we bring up the arcs?
Sure, I'll patch you in.
It is the funniest ludonarrative resonance moment of playing Morgan in the live read is that I do in fact come here knowing what happens before the rest of you. So in that way, I'm just like Morgan.
He's just like me for real.
Allow me.
If you're needed on the phone, Miss Han, please don't let me keep you here.
Nonsense. I've got all the time in the world for you.
Everyone's treating me like royalty today. So funny how she just has no idea. Just not picking up what she's putting down literally at all.
No, not even a little bit.
God love you, Han, but that dog don't hunt. I'm sorry. She's not smart.
She's smart when it comes to like killing people, but that's kind of
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Where shall we start?
How about with tall, dark, and mysterious in the middle here?
That's your client. He was found standing over Chopin's body by the arresting officer.
That's not good.
That's real bad.
Rogers, right? And then he knocked Sosuke out.
Correct.
So why is it this artistic rendition of Sosuke and not a capture from Rogers' body cam?
Well, it seems like at the time.
Their body cam was off. Seriously?
Hey, I'd chew him out myself if he was here with us. Department policy to have all sensors green when responding to an emergency.
Did all this not qualify as an emergency then?
Chopin and Rogers were responding to shots fired. That's not uncommon in this part of town. For two inexperienced officers first on the scene, it might not have come to mind. At least Chopin could use that excuse, rest in peace. But apparently Rogers requests replacement body cams nearly every week.
Okay. If he's that big of a klutz, take away his gun once the city's done throwing him a parade.
I'll, put in a request.
Right then. Who's next?
You know, not to get political or anything on here, but I feel like one of my, most woke statements is that, if you have a body cam malfunction at all during a crime, you're off the police force. It's just that
Oh
simple.
yeah, you'd think.
That's how you do it.
You know, Ben, it's a great idea, and it's just a shame that we live in a state where no one is, not even the opposition to the current powers that be, would ever consider that police accountability is required even a little bit.
Not even the slightest amount.
Let's just press, I'm interested to see what order it does this in, so let's just press auto find. Start with the windows. Windows, open to the fire escape in the alley below. There's a thin misting of blood across them. I remember that. That was fun. Got a good guess as to who it belongs to.
This is where we found Creek, leader of the pod. Ballistics tells us the shooter was standing in front of the desk.
Near where my client was found.
Your words, not mine. Nasty slug burst in his chest, blew blood back onto the windows behind him.
The open windows.
Hell of a spread.
Yes, it is. Did someone open these, or...?
No, they were open when we secured the scene.
Any fingerprints?
Plenty on the handles there from creaking his pod.
That's where the handles are.
Something wrong?
Kind of weird windows, aren't they?
A little odd, yeah.
Crime at the scene. Windows at the scene of the crime. Position behind Creek's desk opens to the alley and the fire escape below. Blood spatter across the windows that through forensic analysis has been traced back to when Omega's shell split inside Creek's ribcage, etc. Fingerprints on the handles match Creek and the rest of his pod. Pretty straightforward. Some of these have morgue commentary, but not these.
Oh, the dumpster did.
We get red text.
You're telling me Morgan has red text? Crazy.
A word?
Definitely. But how the hell could I explain why I know that? No, sorry, I guess I'm wondering about the keys around his neck and the arcs.
Oh, well, one was a master key, could unlock any other door in the building. The other key we eventually paired to a small safe in his desk. Empty, though.
Suppose it's all irrelevant since he apparently died with the keys on his person.
Yeah, they caught my eye too, to be honest, but...
Why? Because of the little boy in the maid costume on them? Kasim? Gotcha,
London.
fiend?
Not every detective's instinct pans out.
So, who was this guy?
Curious?
Only professionally. I don't care what he was before I killed him.
Criminal record dating back as far back as it goes, sealed when he turned 18.
What makes you so sure he has a juvenile record, then?
More experience these guys get, the more time in between their arrests. Pattern I'm seeing, he was pretty damn experienced by the time he was of age.
You trying to compliment him?
I wasn't trying to insult him, on.
Anything you'd like to add?
Nah, nothing I want to say in front of you two.
If you want to say a few words, the detective and I could step...
Only words I have are for his killer. I'll deliver them in person. Or not at all.
Fair enough. Do you have any idea why someone might want to hurt this Creek fellow?
That's not funny. That dog you're defending.
It's a fair question, on. Give it fair consideration.
Besides the Icaria, the rest are our city's finest? No. Creek was charismatic and driven. Plus he made us a lot of money. No true blue would want him gone. The bloodthirsty Icaria shoulder he was interrogating, however, probably wasn't a huge fan.
What about family?
This is getting old fast.
Younger brother's listed as his next of kin.
Leave his brother out of this. Hell, leave me out of this.
You're free to go. Yeah, I'm okay. Goodbye.
Yeah, get out!
Adios. Toodaloo.
Hurting through a person like you're picking at zits.
Yeesh, what's her problem?
He's a detective and she's a lawyer. They need to know things. Well, it seems he's out of town anyway, taking summer lessons at How Mariner U.
That's a good school.
An expensive school. Younger brother had no listed occupation.
I know a child with no listed occupation. Apparently you can just be a student as a job. You just have to have the right family.
Also, no priors and no juvenile record. TAD at his age? Poor kid. Pills for that cost an arm and leg. Creek must have been sending him.
Detective, did you just leak confidential medical data of a non-suspect to a third party?
Oh, hey, you don't have to report. How about I buy you an ice cream or something?
Bribery, too! You're digging yourself pretty deep.
Is it still bribery if I'm the government official?
I think we'll eventually... Ah, I keep flashbanging
Whoa.
myself doing that on accident. I think they'll eventually give us something about what he mentioned about TAD, but I don't think he's done it yet. I have to do this one so it stops flashing at me when I accidentally fucking move my mouse over the middle. Who the hell are you, really? Why are you lying there dead right in the middle of my crime scene?
That was Tariq Chopin, as you might guess. Patrol officer and the son of 2 loving fathers, who strongly emphasized to the chief of police their desire to see justice done.
Reyes wasn't exaggerating about how he died.
Run through from behind with a sword.
So he would have been standing in front of the desk. Then he was impaled. Then he collapsed to the floor face first, and the sword...
Got stuck in the ground.
Bad luck for the attacker, I suppose.
Yeah, Dr. Satos noted in her report that the jabbed savage was, in her words, jostled.
Pardon?
Like the attacker tried to pull it out, but it was stuck, so they...
Had to jiggle it around?
Hey, it's probably what saved Roger's life. Kept your client distracted and disarmed long enough to give Rogers time to rush in.
Allegedly. Not where I left you, that's for sure. And according to Sosuke, the one thing he does recall is after I passed the baton to him is gripping his sword. You're not giving me much to work with.
Fingerprints on the grip match your client's right hand, by the way.
Here I was, getting my hopes up.
And it definitely wasn't suicide because no one else's prints are on the damn thing.
Oh, good! I ruled out suicide once I saw he was stabbed in the back. Thank you. There are papers scattered underneath his body. Did I knock them off the desk at some point? Maybe when the tall one hit the ground? Or maybe when I was swinging that bat down on... Hang on. What kind of paper is this? I can't read a word.
Really? You should get that looked at.
My vision's 2020. What am I looking at, Miss Site Manager?
Those docs are internal business, ma'am. Nothing to worry your pretty little head over.
How do you know they're internal business if we can't read them?
You've really never seen red ink before?
Never heard of it.
It's a corporate information security protocol. Files with special frags trigger specific print commands if you try and make physical copies. Makes it use some kind of special ink. Try to take a photo of it and it comes out a bright blur. Paper's special too. Too much heat, humidity, becomes illegible.
A corpse bleeding out on top of you is a lot of heat and humidity. So these documents contain confidential data that the Blue Bloods don't want getting out.
What do they say in the movies? I can't confirm or deny that.
And if I subpoenaed the data?
Do your worst. We've got lawyers too. And unlike your client, they've got all the time in the world to stall. Besides, you and I both know exactly what the Hound's motive was. And it isn't written in those pages, it's written all over his busted up face.
Sure. But you wouldn't mind if I copy down whatever I can anyway, right?
I wouldn't have any legal reason to stop you if that's what you're getting at.
Great! Documents found at the scene of the crime, mostly blotted out of blood from Chopin's corpse, apparently contained confidential information of high value, but only the occasional page number, graphic, or name can be spotted. Snippets include page 21. Dollars required for the expansion of eminent domain with proper... Page 345. Payments to supportive Page 403. Re-election counts long to push for colloquially referred to as lower vote coming. Stress the importance of OPSEC of the highest level.
Poor
It sounds
itchy
like a-
pasty.
That sounds like part of the first magazine article we were reading.
Good eye.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring it up to compare, but good eye. The big one. He made a strange face when I shot him and a loud slam when he hit the floor.
This one, real long rap sheet. With a short ending. Buckshot to the torso. Died instantly. Flex wear on his mods put his time of death at 9:44 p.m.
Well, I only just noticed that. How bizarre. So he had his gun loaded. It was a 2-shot gun. So that, and like, obviously these would be the same chambering because they're both shot shell. But one of them was buckshot and one of them was a slug?
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Not to spoil
mean-
anything, it's literally not relevant to anything.
No, but I mean,
but-
yeah, I mean that's possible. You know,
I
like
guess,
it's
yeah.
just a 2-shot gun.
Yeah, because it's just like 12 gauge shotgun shells or whatever. Like one can be a
Yeah,
slug and one can
exactly.
be buckshot. I've just never heard of anyone going, yeah, I'm just gonna mix and match my shot shells.
Yeah.
That would be a fun weapon to use in a boomer shooter.
I feel like that has to exist in Borderlands. I know that exists in one, I forget which gun it is, but in Destiny there's one where the idea is if you're hip firing, it's a normal shotgun, but if you raise it for iron sights, the cone tightens and it fires in like a near perfect spread.
Ooh.
There is
fun.
something similar in Warframe, the Tigris.
Oh, you know what? I actually might be thinking of the Tigris and not Destiny, because Destiny has some other weird slug guns like that.
Because the way it works is it's a double-barreled shotgun where on firing the trigger, it releases the first pellet, it releases the first one, which has increased spread. When you release the trigger, it fires the second shot and has a tighter count.
I didn't know that it had the variable accuracy like that. Wild.
It's to make up for the massive recoil it has.
Ben, did you do this line? I forgot.
Yeah, I did.
Killed by his own weapon.
Comes up a bit short of poetic justice, but it doesn't look like he was in any kind of struggle for it beforehand. But how'd someone manage to get it out of his hands?
It wasn't any great feat, I assure you.
Tex identified it as a double-barreled Mag US, and
I like the shark face he has painted on the side of it, by the way.
yeah, that's funny. Hey, how'd you know the gun was his?
He's still wearing the holster in the arcs. Was I mistaken?
No. About a week ago, Tanks here was stopped and frisked by a patrol unit. And they found this here gun on him.
They found this gun on him, and they just handed it back to him?
He bought and paid for it above board.
So this gun isn't jailbroken? You have tag data from the murders?
No, we don't. Strange. According to the text, the gun is jailbroken.
What happened between last week and last night that he'd get the tags stripped off?
Something that made him think this piece would see action soon.
This screen, I turned it on to distract Tanks long enough to grab his gun, and I remember choosing not to turn it back off. Interesting setup.
Powerful setup. It was blaring when we arrived. The sound system, I mean. One of the CS techs is a real audiophile. Said it broke her heart how loud they must have blah. Said it broke her heart how loud they must have blared the speakers all the time. Wears it out, she said.
I wouldn't count on orcas to value the longevity of their tech purchases. Blood loss from the neck. Even I can tell that much.
Stabbed with a bladed weapon right near the carotid artery. Very efficient. Not the kind of kill someone would make without prior experience.
You think? My client's a humble bodyguard.
Come on now. I know you've got a job to do, but you'll shame him if you don't let him take credit for this one. Miller was no joke in a fight. To take him out with one clean stab to the neck using his precious signature katana. That must be itching to brag about it.
I'll defer to the medical examiner on this matter, thank you very much.
What do you mean? Sato said the same thing. Katana to the neck, in not so many words.
Is Miller's blood even on the katana? She forgot. Even if it is, why would a medical examiner assume the katana was used here when my knife is a much better fit for... My knife? Where is it? Where? I gave Sosuke the knife before I left. It should have been found on him when he was arrested. It should be somewhere in the arcs.
You looking for something, Tiger?
If they haven't found the knife and I ask about it anyway, that'd mean admitting I know it's missing. If I tell them Sosuke mentioned a knife that only the killer would know about, I'd be ruining my case before we even enter a courtroom. Or worse, pointing the police in the direction of the knife's real origin. No, I just... Was anything found on my client's person when he was arrested?
Besides a gun, a sword, and a bunch of blood that didn't belong to him? No, not even any lint in his pockets. Why do you ask?
No reason. Sometimes you gotta shake the tree to see what falls out.
Say the line, Cole!
Or so they say.
Oh, you were blindly guessing. I've been there. Just like Cole Phelps.
That's right.
Something must have happened to that knife. It couldn't have just disappeared, not from a crime scene locked down like this. I'll need to find it, but I can't just go looking for it. Is this what it feels like to play with a handicap? Creek's fine wood desk. He seemed particular about it. Maybe in no small part because it had a priceless Noah mask hidden inside it, but... I assume you've been through this datapad here?
Front to back, but we didn't find anything we didn't already know. Seems like Creek was smart enough to use it for payments and nothing else.
How'd he manage that? Even gangsters need spreadsheets.
Hence the paperwork you see scattered around.
They really did everything by hand.
PPP is what they call it in organized crime. Paper and pencil protocol.
PP.
Helps the orcas keep their books off the books. Or at least in a format that's easier to destroy should push come to shove.
Did you run checks on this credit card that's jammed in here?
Ah, not surprised you don't recognize it. That there's a dark card.
Wow, tell me more. Wow, tell me more.
It's an untraceable wallet in the palm of your hand.
I would hope any wallet could fit in the palm of your hand, detective. But you really can't find the owner? Can't trace any of its transactions?
Most we can tell is that the data pad registered calls to dark card networks around 9:40 p.m., but it timed out.
What does that mean?
The transfer didn't go through. Either someone got cold feet or they forgot the password.
Happens to the best of us. By the way, why's this cloth been flagged?
I'm not sure. Forensics didn't find any blood on it.
Who flagged it?
Lady Rockford herself. Could be that she fat-thumbed it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing. Papers scattered all over his desk. Suppose I'm partially to blame. Didn't exactly memorize the setup before I started searching for the mask. What's this?
What'd you find there? Note? Looks like Creek's handwriting from the other files I've seen.
M. Icaria.
Looks like M. Icaria, actually.
He's no good. He can't be spelling. He's dead, London. I was gonna let the spelling mistake slide.
Right, sorry. But M? That's gotta be Makoto, right?
You know Makoto?
I know he's the Ikaria's heir apparent.
Hey, I heard you there letting that typo infect your brain. I heard you.
From what I hear, he's an appropriately frightening young scion.
He's really quite something.
But why would his name be on Creek's desk?
He was Creek's real target the other day. Sosuke was some kind of consolation prize.
Bagging the Hound was a consolation prize? These punks had their sights set high.
Yeah. Like no one taught them not to stare at the sun.
I'd advise you to brace yourself before opening the autopsy files for this one, Counselor.
Yes, this is sufficiently obfuscated. A lot to take in. The skull was crushed?
Yes, but the cause of death was blood loss from a laceration across the neck. He hit the floor and bled out in seconds. Everything else you're seeing there is post-mortem overkill.
Not the word I'd use for this kind of shit.
Oh, calm down. I didn't do it for the fun of it. In this specific instance. This victim had modded eyes. Seems to me like someone just didn't want to take any chances.
Bullshit. No one in the lower wards would get optic mods with recording functionality. You wouldn't be welcome anywhere.
You're telling me I did all that for no reason?
You gonna claim that Hound of Ikaria didn't know something that fundamental?
Fuck! I'm stupid! Fuck!
Nah. He bashed his brains in for the fun of it. I'm sure to a law-abiding citizen like yourself, we're all scum of the earth they deserve.
I'm pretty scummy myself, huh? Defense attorney, remember?
Who the hell deserves shit like this?
Deserves? What does that have to do with anything? I take it this bat is what did the deed?
Matches of splinters found inside his wounds if you had any doubts.
There's nothing here about Sosuke's fingerprints.
You think we could get anything but partials off of that? It's practically splinters.
Makes sense. I was the one who actually swung it down, and I was wearing gloves by then.
Whoever did this, they were damn enthusiastic. You know how hard they'd have to swing to crush a skull? To break the bat itself?
I can't imagine. There's some faint blood that's been smeared here. Did it belong to the victim?
And Sosuke. I wonder if maybe the bodies hadn't gotten moved around for some reason, but... Your client's legs and feet were soaked in others' blood when he was arrested. And he would have had to sneak up on Chopin in order to stab him in the back.
You think he slid his feet across the ground to avoid making noise?
Does he say otherwise?
I'll let you keep guessing on that one. Okay. Looks like that's everything in here. Well, I don't envy either of your workloads. It's a mess in here.
It's a lot of blood, that's for sure.
I'm impressed you haven't gotten nauseous, miss.
I'd be right at home here if you weren't all poking your noses around.
Shoot, I just remembered. I'll never hear the end of this if I don't check with my partner after saying I would. You too good to keep going if I step out to make a call?
Paul? Is your partner your mom? And is your mom blind? Send a text.
Thanks for your understanding.
Maybe he was the one with the weak stomach.
I seem to recall, Miss Hahn, that you've been calling lots of people while we... Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
To
Be
make
nice to
phone
me.
calls. Goddamn!
Can't a
girl
woman
can't have
be talking to bad
can't
bitches
a
on the phone?
woman have hobbies? Christ alive.
I could be talking to so many beautiful women on the phone. I could be talking to you on the phone.
You want to talk to me on the phone? No, not really.
No.
Well,
Come on!
why not?
Why not? You be sure to let me know if you're feeling faint.
I can keep going. We're nearly finished anyway.
I'd stick to the arcs if I were you. Nothing behind that door that's better seen in person.
You've been such a gracious host up until this point, Miss Hahn. Why the cold feet now?
It's ugly in there.
Uglier than this?
Different kind of ugly then.
It's all in the eye of the beholder.
I warned you.
Don't worry, I can stomach it just fine. So long as I can understand it. Why did Creek's pod torture my client?
I don't know that they did.
The Sosuke told me they electrocuted him, Han.
They probably just grounded him. Low-grade currents applied every few minutes. Stops most mods from rebooting. So no SOS pings, no adrenaline bursts, pull out of his ass.
And the pliers, hammers, and syringes? What purpose did they serve? They could have just killed Sosuke when they failed to nab Makoto. Instead, they dragged him down here. Why? To try and get info on Makoto's itinerary? Get enough intel to make another run at him? If there are any answers for me in here, I'll need a grout scraper to find them. Has all this blood been tested, Miss Hahn?
None of it has, besides Sasuke, who also it belonged to.
That's a bit lazy, but it's not as if there's more here than last time I visited. Sosuke really did lose a lot of blood. By the time he stumbled out of here, a stiff breeze should have been enough to knock him over. Is he really such a badass that he still managed to take out a police officer before he'd even noticed? It's not as if I feel nothing looking at someone else's handiwork, the product of their violence. But it's like an artificial sweetener. No complaints for that first instant. Then the aftertaste comes. Empty calories. I'll just be hungrier again, later, faster. Best to stay disciplined. It's water, cold enough that condensation's on the outside of the bucket. Is that water for sponge baths?
Just a simple way to keep a guest from dozing off. Temperature shock makes caffeine look like a sleep aid.
This coming after you claim you don't know if Sosuke was tortured. You know what that other bucket's for, then?
I know you said you got a weak sense of smell, but do you really need a hint here?
Ah. But then this last bucket here is...
What is that? Trash?
Cloth and rope. Bindings.
Or bandages? See, they were nursing him back to health.
With such a convincing smile.
A winning smile.
I'll run your theory past Sosuke next chance I get. This must be what's left of what they were keeping Sosuke tied up with.
They would have had to use something, yeah. The store doesn't even lock.
Not after I remove the bat barring it from the outside. So he was brought here, tied up, questioned. Then he breaks out, bursts into the next room, cuts up 2 of his captors, and blows the other 2 away. That's what you think happened?
That's what it looks like.
Now, despite Automod trying to stop Goo from not stopping Goo from saying fucking sloppy style or whatever, does try to Automod Goo for bringing up bondage. This thing's a cop.
Bondage is just a word.
I would get rid of it if not for the fact that I need to have something here to make sure no one shows up and says slurs.
Right.
But like, come on. Automod, that's my what I need is enough followers for it to let me to finally start making people VIPs so I can go, no, Goo is allowed to say it.
Goo is allowed to say bondage, for God's sake.
Alright, ass.
And then what? Chapon runs in and turns his back on a violent criminal?
Don't strain yourself trying to make it sound improbable. Cops are dumb. If the Hound crouched in a corner, he'd have his chance soon enough.
I guess that's true.
Hell, he probably just played dead. Walking into that scene out there, you'd think some patrol officer would go around checking pulses.
Why would my client go to all that trouble to get a jump on an officer? Why not just run away?
Yes, Teebsley, it does catch you for talking about the societal bondage of capitalism too. I'm sorry.
Fucked up.
That's what I was saying. Like, bondage is just a word. Doesn't even make sense for that one to be flagged.
It flags evil women, Ben. It's my auto mod is an arc. I have to train it.
Oh, but it's okay with slavery, apparently.
Great. You know, thanks, auto mod.
Hell, why not ask him for medical treatment?
Because he was standing in the middle of the foreman he'd just killed.
Ugh. I know that Sosuke had no logical reason to attack Chapon, but so what? Even Sosuke himself says he would have been acting on instinct. Would instinct tell him that Chapon was in between him and his escape? Hypodermic needles, probably not packing anything healthy. Sosuke better hope they were at least sanitized. I'm not sure Sarah can treat an infection with gauze and rubbing alcohol alone.
I can!
Oh, good! But those needles there... The design of these needles seems a little odd.
Well, someone will tell you sooner or later, so... They're projectiles. Load them into a gun and fire away.
Sosuke was captured by men wielding needle guns. Does Cyanus Security have any peacekeeping tools they'd like to disclose as having recently gone missing?
You're cursing up the wrong pipe. Creek could find tools all on his own, and we're not that kind of operation.
An operation where the right hand doesn't know what the left is doing.
More like the right hand's just been watched, so if you have to handle some garbage...
Cyanus is that legitimate? Why aren't all the Blue Bloods working legal jobs then?
Not enough positions available. You gotta earn like hell to be considered for a job on this side of the fence.
Creek and his pod weren't bringing in that kind of money?
They liked Creek's pod where it was.
Who's they?
Upper management.
Hey, Sarah again.
That mask is a death sentence. Crafted specifically for one very special customer. I'm just the one given the honor of hanging on to it until...
And did upper management like Creek?
I'm just a humble site manager, miss. I wouldn't know.
Sure. So do all these needles contain anesthetics?
No. There's also stimulants and barbitazine.
Truth serum. Like the truth serum.
You know, we call that instant foreshadowing.
You can get sued for selling it as such. It makes you talk. Doesn't make what you say the truth.
So they wanted Sosuke talking. But what did they ask him?
If your client can't remember or isn't willing to recall, there's really no one else alive who would know, yeah?
I'm getting a headache, but it's not from anything sensory. I should know more about this crime scene than anyone. Why can't I piece it together? If I can't piece it together, the cops will never trace any of this back to me, right? So why do I feel so ill at ease?
Okay, thanks for your patience, ladies. Did I miss anything?
Ah,
Oh,
would you have felt better if you had?
I'm going to head out now, actually. I've got a long day tomorrow.
you going back by yourself then? Are you sure? I can get you a ride out of the neighborhood.
I'm sure Miss Han here has already made sure that we'll both get out of here without any trouble. That is her company's area of expertise, isn't it?
Of course.
Well, at least let me walk you out.
Sure, why not?
Safe travels.
Han just like, man, I tried picking her up like 4 times and she wouldn't even give me the time of day. What the fuck?
He cold his shoulder.
So, Detective, there's something you didn't want to talk about in front of the professionals at Cyanus Security?
Thanks for picking up on that.
Reyes will be upset that you never checked in.
Yeah, right after this I will.
This room, are we directly underneath the crime scene?
Yep, same fire escape right there.
Same type of window, too. Has this room been scanned into the arcs?
Yeah, but no one found anything noteworthy. Except Cyanus being sloppy.
So what were you actually doing when you left Han and I back there?
Something Han said earlier about how no true blue would wish harm on Creek. Her phrasing stood out to me.
Because it implies the existence of false blue bloods.
Because it reminded me of one of the first things I learned in this city. There are no monoliths. Megs, Orcas, City Hall, there are always factions. And among the Blue Bloods, the party lines are especially visible. So I made a call, not to Reyes, and confirmed some things.
And?
And I figure I owe you a little hint or two, considering the tone of the last message I received, or I delivered.
That message warned me not to broaden the scope of my investigation. Getting hints from you might be self-defeating.
Not these hints, trust me.
So what faction did our pal Creek belong to?
The Young Bloods. Opposite end of the compass from the old guard, the conservative blue blood leadership. All of them older than 70, some of them pushing higher than 90. Han said Creek was too useful for anyone to want dead, but my sources don't agree. Creek talked, said things aloud that others only whispered. Ambitious, charismatic, up and coming.
And young.
Could easily see him being very unpopular with all the wrong people at the old guard.
That's interesting info, Detective, but it doesn't exactly flip this case on its head. I already know who killed Creek. The police have already decided it's Sosuke. Learning that he had some occupational hazards will hardly convince the jury otherwise. My client's the one standing accused, and everyone already knows why Blue Bloods and Icarias would want to kill each other.
Do you?
They're rival gangs. They hate each other.
Do you know why? It's the same reason all the blue blood leadership is ancient, while all their muscles made up of orphans and delinquents. 30 years ago, the Icaria betrayed their peace with the blue bloods, started killing them. And they didn't stop for days. By the end of it, every single member of the leading blue blood families under the age of 40 was dead.
Well, I can see how their kids would grow up to hate the Icaria, yeah.
You're not getting it, Tiger. Their kids didn't grow up at all.
If that's the case, how are the Blue Bloods still around?
For one thing, the Icaria had bigger fish to fry. This was right before the Red Decade. They spent every second of the next 10 years positioning themselves so they could come out with the other ends as neobility. Second, what remained of the Blue Bloods found a new niche to fill. Taken in delinquents furious at a country driven off a cliff by adults before they could even get a chance to vote. Blue Bloods swelled their ranks to new heights by looking out for the little guys during those years, in exchange for favors down the line. Lastly, most importantly, they survived because they still had hope.
You serious?
I am. It's a powerful weapon.
Hope for what?
Hope that the Icaria had missed one. They'd fled the country. Hope that a promised heir would grow strong and return one day. A triumphant little lord with overflowing riches and overwhelming power.
And if you'll remember, one of our orca buddies, when we were hanging out with them and having a good time, mentioned the Little Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a fairy tale.
Those endure for a reason. Well, now you know. A warning to watch where you step isn't exactly worth much if you're fumbling around in the dark.
Fairy tales and warnings.
What's up?
Hey, did you or your pals in OC ever hear about some kind of blue blood hunter?
Like a bounty hunter?
Or huntsman, maybe?
Where'd you hear that?
Sosuke thinks he might have overheard talk of something like that while he was in captivity. Does it mean anything?
Nope.
Mm,
I don't like the hesitation there, Detective.
don't believe you.
Just an urban legend.
I would have said the same thing about Unlisted before this afternoon, and yet...
Yeah, fair enough. If you see a huntsman and live to tell the tale, I'll buy you as many lotto tickets as you want.
Hey, you ever pay attention to any of this graffiti down here? Scrawlings about Lobo and the cyberpunk and...
HBK increasingly.
I haven't seen that myself. Was gonna say Red Hood.
Why are you asking? You feel a chill down your spine? Bah. Except for HBK, that's all old news. Ghost stories and campfire tales.
There are a lot of campsites around here.
Lots of places to start fires. But Red Hood, haven't heard that one in who knows how long. It's one of the oldest. Rough story.
It's based on a real event?
Nothing worth recounting.
I'll take your word for it.
But what's gotten into you? You're feeling all superstitious. Guilty conscience?
You mean about working with the Mafia? A psychologist would call that projecting.
Ouch.
Too far?
Nah. Didn't feel a thing.
I don't know why I asked, really. Guess I've just had an odd feeling all day.
Like deja vu? You been here before?
No, I hate that feeling. It's whatever the opposite of that would be. Jamais vu,
Jamais vu?
perhaps. They made a weird DLC mission in the Metal Gear Solid 5 prequel called that really has nothing to do with... Never mind.
I'm getting distracted.
The unnerving certainty that you're in uncharted waters. Scary stuff.
I think this is a short scene, so we'll do one more and then we'll call it for the night.
Okie doke.
Icaria, Blue Blood, Megs, Orcas, dirty cops and criminal informants. Lines drawn back and forth across a battlefield like a spider's suspension bridge. Dizzying in its complexity, frail along any given strand. But one wrong move and you're completely ensnared. Priorities. The Ikaria don't care about who tore through Creek's gang, but they would prefer Sosuke doesn't spend the rest of life in prison for killing a cop. The Blue Bloods want to tear Sosuke's throat out, but if Han's taken at her word, they're settling for 5 counts of murder. Can I take Han at her word? Is she a young blood like Creek, or is she with the old guard? Could I have asked London that? If I had, could I have trusted his answer? Because it turns out Kasim London is much, much harder to read than I anticipated. And I can't even trust my client to act in his own self-interest. The man's bodyguard by trade and a zealot for his house. The trial starts tomorrow. Do I still need more information? Is there time to find it? Is there time for me to snooze an ad so we can finish this scene before the last ad break? No. What I need right now is a nightcap. If I can't fall asleep, then I'll know I'm in trouble. Until then, guess sleep will have to wait. It's unlocked. I think Sarah is playing this character. Let me double check.
Wait, Counselor Morgan?
No. The person who just answered the door.
Oh.
Or who opened the door, rather. Survey says no. Is this also... Oh, this is also an OC character.
Is it?
This one can't... You know, let's trade up, because I'm remembering how scenes are a little bit now. This one can be a Sarah character.
Okay.
I split these a certain way. This is Mirai
Okay.
on the casting sheet.
Yeah. I just wanted to look at it real fast. Okay.
This can be a Sarah character because I think it works out that this will be a slightly more equitable split this way.
Cool. Pardon me for dropping in at such a late hour, Counselor Morgan.
Standing there in my doorway, she cut through the light like a blade of spilt ink. But twice as sharp, and not nearly as familiar. It is outside of normal consultation hours, Miss... She purses her lips, like lily petals shying away from the moonlight.
Wow, this is noir as fuck.
You're feeling very poetic about this one, Morgan.
What's a smirk by any other name?
Please, call me Mirai.
Any last name, Mirai? The question floats in the air like curling cigarette smoke. I could tell she was used to the smell.
I'll leave that up to your imagination.
Self-assured and unapologetic, the unspoken family name loud as a signature. Written in blood. You're from House Ikaria.
Might I step inside?
She blinks. Her head turns a millimeter. A forked tongue testing the temperature of the air. She wasn't asking for permission. Just you? What about your friends in the hallway? She raises an eyebrow, but keeps staring at the floor. She's surprised at my perception of the unseen threat, but not quite impressed.
I don't think they need to join us. Do you?
She was the kind of woman to make you remember. Smoking could kill. How can I be of service, Mirai? Actually, real quick, let's get a look at your deets on my phone, shall we?
Yes, please.
Love
Absolutely no weight listed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, queen.
Love a occupation in quotation marks. It's great.
She likes sipping alcohol, repping alcohol, and arachnids. This is a Yotsuyu if there ever was one.
That's right, baby.
It's deeply tragic that
that for true love to blossom between this beautiful evil woman and myself, I would have to circumvent the fact that she dislikes black tea, and I would have to stop drinking black tea.
Tragic. I'm so
Tragic.
sorry. These are
What
the
would you make?
sacrifices you have to make for love.
Yeah, would you make that sacrifice?
I mean, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Blue tea's pretty good too. I'd drink green. I'd try pu'er, though I don't think she'd like pu'er either, even if she
No.
doesn't like black. But it's okay.
You're already being quite accommodating, both to me and my family's interests. I came here tonight to be of service to you. I understand that you're somewhat new to this underworld of ours.
I'm grateful for the offer, Mireille. But inexperienced as I am, I've gathered that House Icaria didn't come into its fortune by being generous.
Would you like to know how House Icaria did come into its fortune?
I know you operate a lending corporation with a significantly diversified portfolio.
Yes, the good old IFG, the public face of the Icaria criminal empire, clean shaven as it's become. And
I know you founded a pharmaceutical company and profited immensely when it went public.
That's a bright screen. I was not expecting that.
And before that,
I know your family became nobility during the years of civil unrest. No doubt by being well positioned when the time came to reprivatize our nation's industries.
yes. And before that,
I know you slaughtered the Blue Bloods 30 years ago.
very good, Counselor Morgan. You've acclimated to our waters remarkably fast.
What I don't know is why Makoto Icaria has been the target of multiple kidnapping attempts over the past year.
You can't fathom a guess as to why the Blue Bloods might want to ransom the family's heir. I think I know the plot twist of this thing.
Do you want
Don't
to
mind.
say it on air, or do you want to tell me after, and I can go?
No, I would like to
"Hmm."
point at the stand so that I have proof that I made it.
Okay,
Go
do
for it.
I think Makoto is actually a Blue Blood kid.
An interesting theory. Perhaps even a
Mm.
game theory.
Anyways, carry on.
That's the only guess I can make. It strikes me as shallow. Nothing more dangerous than waters you don't know the depth of.
As you said, 30 years ago, the Icaria cartel, an unrecognizable band of brutes and drug smugglers compared to today, massacred the respectable Blue Bloods and left their geriatric leadership to die on the vine. But we thrust the knife much deeper than that.
You went after their heirs.
And their entire future. Are you familiar with genetic factor authentication?
Using DNA as a password.
Blood, specifically. Easier than memorizing a string of 3 billion characters long.
But GFA's fallen out of favor, hasn't it?
The Blue Bloods made ample use of it back then.
A bad bet.
They already had all their offshore accounts, business titles, property deeds.
Also, before we continue, the article there basically just explains what is implied by this, but also the fact that it's fallen out of favor because it turns out a security infrastructure based on having people ready to provide blood samples at will is really expensive and kind of a pain in the ass.
Makes sense.
The Blue Bloods thought they had already won, that they were establishing a dynasty. So as they made their political marriages, they bound their alliances and fortunes in literal blood.
Also, the other detail being that megacorps and stuff don't like that kind of shit because it makes people feel more important than they ought to feel. And you want your CEOs to know that they're replaceable too.
GFA was both a financial and symbolic laundering of the Blue Bloods' past, their children, now married, clean-cut and perfectly respectable, would prosper alongside wealth no longer tainted by ill-gotten gains. So that GFA registry became the Icarius checklist. We went through and crossed out anyone that could have accessed those funds. Now, all of it sits untouchable overseas in encrypted digital warehouses and some of the oldest, most austere banks in the world, collecting interest that will never be claimed. Does that answer your question as to why they'd target Makoto?
No, and you know it doesn't. Because if they thought you could lock you out of your coffers by killing Makoto, they wouldn't be trying to take him alive.
You're paying attention. I like that. We don't use GFA. And Makoto is the heir to House Icaria, to the Icaria Financial Group. He'd never be tied to our legitimate banking information.
Why not? What if he wants to buy a lollipop?
A lollipop would be provided for him. The family's black market proceeds and its white market holdings must never mix.
You divided your house right down the middle? Pardon the expression, but how can you stand?
Atop the backs of many.
And you take all this division that seriously?
Deadly, seriously. That is our family's rule, dating back centuries. Either you serve the house, or you serve its interests. Never both.
So you're assigned to either the criminal organization, what's registered as the IFG, or to managing the family's legitimate business holdings like Renogen.
Hate to warn you guys, but the ad hit.
Fuck! God damn it. Shit. Because I have Discord open. Fuck. How long's it been? Fuck! It's been going for like a minute. Shit, whatever.
About
It
three,
is what it
like
is.
just about 3 or 4 dialogue things back. Not that far.
That's not too bad, alright. Thank you for the warning. Oh,
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Ad watchers, any of you remember what line it was on before you hit the ad? I might not do the entire read again just for my sanity, but I can at least pull up the log real quick.
It was, only, it was literally only 4 or 5 lines back.
Okay, let me just like real quick pull up the backlog. That's the last ad break of the night, so we're gonna be done after the scene. But let me pull up the shit. Conversation about keeping the black market and white market parts of the Icaria's money completely separate. That's pretty much everything. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I usually keep better track of that. Forgive me. Forgive me. Okay, yeah,
I'm sorry.
you basically didn't miss anything then if that was the last thing we heard. All right, that was only a couple lines ago. But that means you
are nearly as much of an outsider to the Icaria Financial Group as you are.
nearly is doing a lot of work there. Who do you answer to then? Who controls the Icaria's legitimate empire?
Until Makoto marries his mother.
And I take it Makoto isn't solely responsible for the house's affairs at his age?
Makoto wields great authority as the heir, but yes, the house is led by his father Raphael, and more directly by his grandfather. Our patriarch, Daisuke Icaria.
I see. But that puts me back where I started. The Blue Bloods want to hold Makoto hostage to gain leverage on the likes of Daisuke.
How can I put this? Had things gone even slightly differently 30 years ago, The Blue Bloods would be the ones shaking hands with politicians, marrying ambassadors, and sitting in boardrooms. Some of them believe it can still be so, if the right match were made.
They want to marry into House Icaria? But Makoto's and all the real Blue Bloods are older than...
They'd find an age-appropriate adoption. You're missing the point. They need Makoto alive and well to negotiate that kind of reversal of fortune.
So they've been trying to capture him for the past year. But every Blue Blood I've met today seems to care a lot more about getting revenge for their dead men than kidnapping a preteen.
How many of them do you think Sosuke's cut down in the last year he's spent repelling their attempts?
Is that a source of internal conflict? If the old guard are throwing young bloods into an Icaria shredder en masse, trying to capture Makoto just to elevate themselves, I suppose that all might total up to enough motivation for them to torture Sosuke, yeah.
I had heard Sosuke was wounded. No one informed me that he had been tortured.
You know him, I take it?
As you've gathered, Sosuke deals in matters unrelated to my side of the family. But he is still family.
Oh, they're fucking.
They might
This
be
is too Umineko.
Speaking of my side, I have a duty as a representative of my wing of the house to stress that we do not want this trial to be prolonged.
So the bean counters don't care for the extra attention. That makes sense. Do you care about the outcome?
A win is always preferable.
But not a necessity. Makoto Ikaria hired me to prove Sosuke's innocence. If he's the one signing the checks...
Did he say why he hired you? He hired you for 2 reasons. Reason 1, his options are limited. More limited than he suggested, no doubt, to keep a strong front. The entire house is currently being audited by the state. Our usual legion of lawyers and accountants are already billing hours as fast as they can, so he wouldn't have his pick of the litter.
So one half of the family can't talk business at the dinner table with the other half, but you share a pool of lawyers.
Lawyers can be trusted to be discreet, can they not?
Yeah, we can read between the lines.
So then you'll understand reason 2. Whatever lawyer he did find through the Ikaria's usual connections would, like me, do whatever's best for the house as a whole.
And not what's best for Sosuke.
I'll make an amendment. 3 reasons. Makoto knew that if he didn't assign him any lawyer, Sosuke would just stay silent as the state dragged him off to be chained, rather than inconvenience the house any further.
Well, yeah. I've known Sosuke for less than a day, and even I can tell he's never seen a cross he wouldn't jump at the opportunity to bear. That explains why Makoto would hire someone without connections to the Ikaria. You slow-rolling another addendum that'll clear up why on earth my name came across his desk? Littered with crayons and timetables, as I'm sure it was.
I hope I've been able to elucidate matters for you, Counselor Morgan.
Why does nobody want to answer my questions directly? They're very important.
It's
I
actually
need
pretty-
to know!
It's actually pretty crucial to know for your lawyer to know how they came across their name. Like,
Masterfully subtle way to say we're done talking.
Oh, word, Morgan, you don't like it when people keep secrets from you? That's so fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Now, I might ask you a small favor in return. Pass this message to Sosuke. If you see a way out, take it.
Do you understand what you're asking him to do? Even if Sosuke took a plea bargain, even if I somehow got the other charges reduced to manslaughter, self-defense, the state thinks he killed a cop.
The message is for Sosuke, not you. Your interpretation of it is irrelevant.
End of conversation. As she reaches the exit, she turns back to look at me, lingering in the doorway like the warm buzz of a strong, dark cocktail.
But your assessment is correct. If this were just 4 dead blue bloods, our dim little underworld could balance out the ledger unassisted. If that cop hadn't shown up last night...
Do you know something about the late Officer Chapon?
Sitting in mourning after death of city councilman's beloved adoptive son in the line of duty. All I know is that his funeral dirge will make those 4 boys' deaths sound like a disinterested sigh.
You're gonna make the amendment for Sarah's conspiracy theory? Adoptive councilman's son.
Ooh. By the way, I must admit you have a lovely apartment, counselor.
Changing subjects as subtly as a bullet train hopping its tracks.
Quite spacious for a defense attorney.
Yeah, place wouldn't sell after the tram route got diverted. I negotiated down the rent and installed the soundproofing myself. Can't open the window. Oh, that's your line. Excuse me.
Can't open the windows without being treated to the sounds of the city, then?
There's always a cost.
That's one mystery solved, isn't it? Enjoy the rest of your quiet evening, counselor.
The door glides to a close behind her, easy as a question left unasked. I'm left here hanging on a single-held breath of stillness, listening as the deafened thud of her honor guard's implied violence stomps down the hallway behind her. No, I think we have a little bit more of the scene. I was still leaned back in my chair, staring holes into my ceiling after the scent of her expensive tobacco had faded into null. Savoring it while it lasted was beyond me at the moment. My attention's elsewhere. This case is knotted and twisted like a gnarled oak, just when I think I've found my rhythm. The blade runs dull. Carving is an exercise in patience and vision. You need to start with a clear picture of what you want. I want some answers. But for now, I'll sleep. Tomorrow in court, I'll just have to keep whittling away at the wood until I fashion something halfway usable. And, well, if that doesn't work, I'll use a chainsaw. Oh, we have one more little bit, actually. Just one. I'm going to do this bit.
Okay.
Hey, cool kid. Yes, you. Trying to look all stoic, staring out the window. A little late to try and look detached after that thing you pulled the other day. So that wasn't a joke? Making that announcement in front of the class? You trying to start a detective club or something? What mysteries? Disappearing cleaning supplies? Books not getting returned to the library? Sounds lame. Well, not like that's your fault. Everything's lame. Good luck finding members. Everyone around here already knows what they're going to do after school. And tomorrow. And next year. They're all staring down the barrel of a lucrative career in telling other companies how to provide web services or whatever the hell is this school supposed to train us for. A lawyer? If you say so, cool kid. The Megs will probably have robots doing that by the time you graduate, but sure. Law school's supposed to be hard to get into. You'll need a record that doesn't suck. Getting the club you started shut down because you couldn't get anyone to join probably won't help. Wow, so confident. You really are a cool kid. And we're going to leave it there.
Yay!
Morgan flashback.
Some kind of flashback.
Some
Some
kind
sort
of Morgan origin story. Some kind of Morgan story.
Morigin story.
story.
They proceeded to morgue all over the place.
And next time we get to do a courtroom scene.
That's
Yay,
right.
everyone get to be Emma. It's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years. Yeah.
Yay!
So true. The
I'm
return
just-
of 8084.
I'm just thinking about how many, the nice part about having Sarah playing the characters that she plays in the main cast and Otzi playing the characters she plays in the main cast, and now Ben having a lot more characters in the cast to voice this time around means that we're going to have so many scenes where everybody has to talk to themselves.
Yay!
Oh,
I love talking to myself.
I love it.
That's right.
I love it.
I'm gonna have to do Emma and Reyes at the same time, and it's gonna suck because those are
We
two
don't-
very different characters.
We don't have that in the soundboard, do we? We have My Style's Impetuous, right?
I think we
Yeah.
got rid of my style being impetuous, didn't we?
No.
To make, because we're always like having requests to put in and I have to keep cutting stuff that
Oh, no,
doesn't
we
make
did.
any
I
sense.
know.
I love it.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
I
We
think
do
I
have
might
that.
have cut my style as impetuous to put I love it on there, actually.
That
that makes
works.
sense.
That's better, actually, so that's fine.
All right, so yeah,
Ba-ba-boom.
we're going to try sometime next week to continue with Of the Devil, episode 2.
Yes.
Besides that, I'm thinking maybe this weekend, I will do a stream of Proto-Violence, the prequel visual novel to Malviolence that I played on Saturday, that I understand to be a bit shorter and more linear, question mark.
Or apparently more of a just a visual novel versus a what's the word? Zero Escape like.
Yeah, it's my
Mhm.
understanding at least. So I'm gonna do that. That I also understand to be a bit shorter. So it might just be a short stream. I might decide to do something else after it. We'll see. I have some other games lined up that I also want to play soon, but I'm gonna keep those a surprise. But yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
stopping by, and I hope
Yeah.
I hope we'll all see you next time.
That's
Yeah.
right.